Yeah, I think that we could go around player to player and introduce their character, and then I'll have your names written down in that way, and then I'll start calling you off by your names. Whew. All right, Sam.
Okay.
Give us the lowdown.
Hello.
Everyone else, shut up.
On my character?
Yeah.
Hi.
Joe, pass me the cookies.
I'm Sam. I will be playing Havoc Lee Kong. I am a Hobgoblin fighter. Definitely a Hobgoblin fighter. It's your turn.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm going to be playing Morgrim, a Tengu or bird person, shaman / gypsy.
Colby, playing Dr. Hippocampus. Does Dr. Hippocampus have a first name, or does he just get it?
It's just Dr.
No, his first name is Doctor. He was born for this job.
Duffy playing Volley, the half-elf magi.
How you spell that?
Spell what? Volley, V-A-L-I.
I forget, Colby, did you say you're human or are you an elf? What are you, half-elf?
I believe I'm a half-elf. Yes.
A lot of half-elves.
I'm Josh. I'm playing the Kobold Oracle, known as Silver.
What race are you?
And I look like this.
The microphone can really see that well.
Wow. We'll upload that.
We're going to upload that.
Is that a
in that exact moment.
Did you draw that or did you find that?
I do that.
Ooh. That's his style.
Yeah, we actually have a person who can draw.
He's got a lot
No, Sam, I feel bad.
So you're an albino?
No, I can't draw.
I'm a white scale kobold. But yes, albino, I guess you said.
Well, that's kind of the thing with kobolds is they get to like pick their dragon history.
Yeah.
So like you can be a red or a green or a black or a white.
Yeah, so I used the name Silver.
What's
Just
wrong with the black
into the scale
kobolds?
color. Well, listen, I don't want to get told.
All right, Liam, your character.
I'm playing Victus Gulf. I'm a human. No, I'm an elf.
No one can decide. He's just changing that on his sheet right now.
No.
Sense motive?
Yes, I'm an elf.
Shit, he's an elf.
And I'm a lawful rogue. Oh, should I describe?
No,
Yeah, character descriptions will happen when we arrive.
I think so.
Should we each introduce our god?
No.
Yeah,
This is the
that's-
actual thing now.
Yeah. The god is when the god comes up, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
And Caleb.
And I'm Caleb, and I'm playing a human monk by the name of Mofo Fosho.
Mofo?
Mofo Fosho.
Mofo Fosho.
He was ahead of his time.
Mofo Fosho.
He's the god of our...
You're a human?
Yes.
Okay. It's dark.
Aha!
How dark would you say this dark?
Perception checks.
You can roll a perception check. You can all roll a perception check.
But I have dark vision.
What if I cast light?
What if we have good vision in the dark?
Is that a
Ooh!
That's a 9.
That's a natural
I
20.
also cast light, even though I have dark vision.
All right, we're gonna. I'll do a roll call for rolls, so that way we're not just shouting out. rolls. I like it. Havoc.
I rolled a natural 20, giving me an 18. I've got bad perception.
Okay. And Morgrim.
Alright, I rolled a natural 20 with a +1 for a total of 21.
We cook our dice.
And Dr. Hippocampus. Give us a roll.
16. Plus something.
Circles. It's the most easy skill.
You have a +8? No. 18 is what I'm saying. Oh, no, we're 18.
Volley.
Rolled an 18 plus 2, so 20.
Okay.
I rolled a 4, but I hold my hand up and cast light.
Okay. Is your light spell, does it require somatic?
No, it's a supernatural ability.
Okay. Victus, what did you roll?
I got a 20.
Flat or
No, I rolled a 14 plus 6.
I was gonna
And
say, it's
Mofo?
minus.
And I got a 13.
Okay. You all can tell, with the exception of Silver, who realizes something else because he tries to move his hand. That you're bound, and you can hear the sound of a creaky cart, and you're being jostled along a dirt road.
Skyrim.
Bingo. And you're being jostled along a dirt road on a cart. You cannot see because there is your eyes have been blindfolded. And when you try to lift your hand, Silver, your hands are tied behind your back, and you can't pull them apart. And
Does the light happen?
the light still happens. You can't tell it happens. I guess you kind of can because it's supernatural, so it's like it's a power that you understand you have.
Mm-hmm.
So light happens.
Behind me?
Yeah.
Have our things been taken from us?
You don't feel the weight of your equipment.
Can I roll to see if I had concealed the knife successfully earlier before I was...
Yes.
Okay. And this will be a... What's it called?
Sleight of hand?
Yeah. 18 plus 13.
Swag.
13?
Yep.
That's a hard start. Holy shit.
Hang on.
Did he put all his points in?
How did you manage that?
Wait,
You're level 1.
You can't put a
Sleight of
2
hand.
in rank.
No, I put 1 into it. I have a dex of 4. I have plus 4 due to one of my feats. I have plus 4 due to one of my talents.
Fucking rogues.
You don't start with a talent yet.
Yeah, you don't start with a rogue talent. You don't get that till level 2.
Sorry, not one of my feats. One of my class things.
Okay.
And I took a feat to
Oh.
take a rogue talent.
That's what I was going to say.
You can't take that feat
For those of you at home, he is eating a
because you don't have the rogue talent feature yet.
Son of a bitch.
So
I
you
told you
have
that.
a. So instead of that, you have a 9 added instead.
And you got to choose a feat.
You
So
didn't read the
that
feats.
was underhanded that you took?
Mhm.
Yeah, you can't take that yet.
Combat expertise.
The words of
What does
Joe.
that make the roll?
You didn't read the
If you get rid of
A 9.
Or combat
A 9.
reflexes.
And
Yeah,
that's still enough
probably-
to unkeister.
Oh, just figure out.
Or dodge.
Initiative.
Plus 1.
Yeah, the thing about
There's
rogues
lots
is
of
they get
things.
like plus 9 ranks every time.
Already
So
had.
you rolled an 18 plus 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still high.
That seemed a bit higher than
He needs his wall.
No, I don't care about that. You can tell that you still have your dagger hidden on you.
Okay. Am I clothed?
You guys are clothed,
Okay.
but but you can tell that if you were wearing something nice earlier, like maybe if you had a cloak on, or if you had nice clothes on, those are gone, and you are instead just sort of wearing tatters. Yeah. You can hear speaking as well. I don't know what languages you guys speak, so I don't know.
I didn't choose
I
a
mean, I can yell out everything.
Is
I
it
know.
common?
Wait,
It is not
is it an extra language per modifier or per level over 10?
per modifier.
Modifier.
Oh.
So, but wisdom
Is it
modifier,
goblin?
or
So
intelligence?
if your
Intelligence
intelligence
modifier.
modifier is
Let's
2,
play the is
I
it
gotta
game.
I gotta get
Okay.
2 more languages.
Here, you want me to just hand you my paper and tell you? Ask me.
Yeah, sure.
What's the most common race?
You don't speak it.
Alright, sweet.
What's the most
Your
common
comic,
race
dwarven, elven,
in
and
the
foul?
area
Don't ask about them.
other than human?
I went for like.
In this area?
Other than human.
Seemingly elves, because we've got a lot of half.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of elves and like dwarves. It's like the major races there.
Okay.
If they're
Imagine as generic a fantasy as you can imagine.
Alright.
no, it's more of a melting pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
Can
hobgoblin.
you add any language or only the languages that are specified in your race?
Which your race will tell you. Elf will tell you which languages you can add extra.
So, like, I'm a half elf. I
So I can
automatically
make all
get
the dumb
common and
languages.
elvish.
Yeah, but then it'll also not half elves. Half elves have extra access to all of them because they're
Yeah.
human. But elves will say you can choose from these languages as bonus languages. So you don't understand it. What languages do you speak?
Tango and common.
You don't understand it.
Yes, I know.
And
You
picks dwarven.
You only know common.
I know Elven.
Okay, you don't understand it. You don't understand it. You don't understand it.
I definitely know Common, Elvish, and Celestial. I might know whatever one.
He's trying to guess what language it is.
Hobgoblin? No.
No. We already know it's not goblin.
I assume I don't know. Because I don't think elves get very good languages, so it'll probably be like infernal and gnomish or something.
It's gnomes. That's it.
Son of a
You picked any language?
We all got jumped by gnomes. Is that what you're telling me?
Dwarven.
We ate
No,
their
wait.
houses and got high.
Alright, so none of you guys can understand this language.
Wow, good job, team.
I cast the spell comprehend language.
Your hands are bound.
Damn!
And actually, that's a verbal component only, but I know that you don't have that spell, so.
I do. It's a race.
Oh,
That's a racial.
okay. I think comprehend languages is
Yep.
just a verbal component.
Minor magic. So it is magic. Oh shit! Did I print it out? I did not.
I think it's verbal only.
We'll find out.
I'd be interested to hear what your rendition of the verbal component to that spell is. Are we gagged? That's another thing.
You don't feel like you're gagged. You're just blindfolded.
Oh, okay.
I'm like this one.
So you cast comprehend language.
Yes.
Sure. You can do that once per day. I think if it's a racial thing, it's once per day.
Gain 0 level spell. DC up. Wrong. Where is it? Envoy. Comprehend language. Detect poison. Yeah.
VS
I
and
get it once per day.
It's VS.
Yeah.
Okay, your hands are bound. You can't cast it.
Can I?
You got to be like this to
You also-
comprehend languages.
You
Is
also,
it just like a
you
chocolate
gotta make
that's
the
doing
conversation
my-
awkward. You also get a pinch of soot and salt.
Oh shit! Do I have to use magic components?
Did you
If
not
you wanna
pick
use
the
that,
shoe
yeah.
materials? That's your first level feat.
I can't take the shoe materials. Oh, I guess
Yeah,
I
you
could.
just need a spell component pouch.
Yeah, that's all. That's it.
However, you don't have that now, so
It looks like I took his shoe materials.
Moving on. No, nobody understands what's happening.
Either he can unbind himself or he can have his skew materials. Which one is it going to be?
It also depends because it's like if he's getting this through his race, it could be supernatural.
Yeah, that's what I
Therefore,
want to check.
Don't
Yeah.
have to do these
Yeah.
things.
If it
Rope
might
the
be-
snakes. Rope the snakes. Yes, rope.
But yeah, so there's this deep guttural language. None of you guys can understand it. You're unable to.
Oh, of course.
You're unable to cast your spell as you try to make the gestures, but your movement is too restricted.
My Sharingan.
You don't
Guy
know
who
where
hates anime is just throwing them out there today.
you don't know where you're going, but those of you who rolled over 20 or 20 or higher on your perception check can feel that you're on an uphill climb.
Okay.
The last thing you guys remember was you were outside of the city, like the land border of Porto Nova, and you were ambushed by a marauding gang of orcs.
Called it.
Okay.
That would come in handy in the previous thing, because now we
Pick orc.
figure that they were all.
Pick orcish.
It's definitely not on the list of elves.
Definitely not on the list.
Elves are too fucking haughty for
But
that.
isn't orcish just elvish?
No.
Tolkien. Never mind.
Yeah, Tolkien's.
Can I whistle to see if my spirit guide is near me?
Ooh, your weasel.
The
Yeah.
weasel.
Who has is an escape artist?
Call
by the
upon
way.
your weasel, Wargrim.
I will if I
Reach
can.
deep down.
Okay. Yeah, you can call up for your weasel.
Okay, so
Do you have like empathy with him? What?
So it's a familiar.
yeah.
I think familiars start off with empathy, which means you can feel the same thing that you're.
Oh, can I see the
Is
same
the
thing?
weasel bound too?
Just like the worm.
They just tied like a rope around, like a single thing of rope. All right. Well, if I'm not gagged, then I'm going to start yelling in probably common, like, "You have imprisoned a man of the Church of the Victus of the Immortal Law."
You get hit. Shut up, humans.
I'm not a human.
Well, as you start like thrashing your head around, you can feel that there's a sack over your head. So he can't see what you guys look like.
Oh, okay. And he
But
can't.
so he's thrown this punch. And he's missed you entirely, and he's just sacked.
Do I take like non-lethal damage
Yeah,
or something?
you're gonna take 8 damage, non-lethal.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Knock him out.
Yeah, I almost knocked Sam out.
That would have knocked me out. That would have almost got me.
I spit a tooth into my.
I can totally
fucking
learn to
hood.
work. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not
too late.
Yeah.
There's mine. It
I'll
wasn't
do-
even me.
No, I'm no fool. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
It didn't work out either way.
Dr. Hippocampus sort of looks left, looks right.
Seeing only bag.
Typical Tuesday for me.
Unsheath your mind sword.
Yeah!
These are... I should remember this for my sessions. Bag on my head, restrained.
I said quiet. Okay.
I can't take much more, man.
Alright, you take 7 non-lethal damage.
Oh.
Ouch!
At least it's our pain.
The physical damage is aggressive, but I maybe should go for some padded bats of some sort.
Spell-like abilities? Or those just act like spells?
They behave like spells.
Okay.
Once per day.
I pipe up again. You
It's
there.
not stop.
How do you feel when you hit me? Does it make you feel good?
What's your dexterity modifier?
-2.
Okay, he hits you.
Knockout right here.
Ooh, 3.
Yep.
Can we...
Alright, what's your hit point total?
10.
Alright, so you're now unconscious.
Joe, do you have a printer I could connect to on your Wi-Fi?
No.
Best character.
So you hear this astute and scholarly voice say, "How does that make you feel when you hit me?" And then you just hear another, and then you just hear his body like thump into the cart.
Okay. While he's doing that, I'm going to try an escape artist check to escape from my
sure.
friends.
Morgan,
Yes.
you understand that your animal companion is nearby,
Fabulous.
but it is encaged.
No! Okay. Is there any way for there should be some sort of communication for me to activate its escape artist abilities?
It has the wherewithal to do that on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's because it's an animal and it understands its danger.
My bond.
It'll try to escape, I think.
Fabulous.
So
Should
you
I
may make a roll
that?
for it. Yeah, you
Okay.
can make a escape artist roll for that.
Can I try to
This
cut my
plus that.
bonds?
With your hidden knife.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Make first. So this cart is moving along and it's
Yeah.
tumbling and it's rumbly and it's bumpy and Victus tries to slip out of his bonds, but he is thrown around on the cart and he can't move properly enough to get out of it. So you can make a contortion check with either acrobatics or escape artist to
Okay.
try and reach for your knife.
I'll do acrobatics. Acceptable. 18.
You're able to reach for your knife.
I reach for my knife. Do I have to do a stealth check that make it so they don't notice?
Well, you didn't, so they notice you reaching for your knife. Yeah,
Wait, but do they know what I'm
Knockout
reaching
time.
for, though?
they can see it. Yeah, they
'Cause
see
technically-
you get the knife.
He's just reaching for his ass right now.
Knockout time.
So you can hear one of the orcs bark in Orcish at you, and he throws a slug your way too.
I'm going to try to dodge it.
What is your armor class? Your
Dodging blind.
Flat-footed. What did that be?
I guess you guys are flat-footed, huh?
Yeah.
So what? It's just 10. Flat.
So 13?
That's 10.
I thought flat-footed also added your AC from your armor.
You're not wearing armor.
Oh.
They took our shit.
Yeah. Damn.
We gotta get it back.
So you get clocked. He doesn't hurt you very much. You only take 3 lethal damage.
Okay. I'm going to quickly try cutting my bonds.
Okay. You're able to.
Cool.
Well, actually, roll a damage, I guess.
Shoot.
What's your strength modifier?
-2.
Okay, you better not roll a 1.
Stab himself.
I'm pretty sure Rope has, 1 hit point.
I think you can't do less than 1 damage with an attack.
I don't think you can either, though. Yeah. We'll see. 4.
4.
You are able to slip the knife across your rope,
Okay.
and now your hands are free. And you're still kind of on the cart. You're not on your feet.
Who's next to me?
You can't see.
It's probably me though.
All right. What?
Don't stab me.
Describe the body types of the people next to me.
So earlier,
Wait, did
If
you
you-
take the...
No, you can't see.
Oh, that's a good point.
yeah, you can't
You
see.
can't see
Right?
anything.
What do you
Okay.
describe the body?
I'm gonna quickly take off my.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
you did exactly
So you
what I was
you
gonna
you
ask.
slit the
Are we in combat now?
almost.
So only one of us.
You slit the rope off of your hands.
Mhm.
You rip the bag off of your face just in time to see another orc like getting ready to slug you. So this time you're not.
Wait, shouldn't I never be considered flat-footed?
I mean, if you're
You
sick,
don't have
uncanny.
that
Or
feature.
not dodge. or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I don't get that until third level.
Yeah. What's your dexterity bonus though?
It is +4.
Oh, okay. So you dodge this punch.
Okay.
And
What's the CR of an orc?
1/3.
Oh.
Except they should not be 1/3 because of the ferocious trap talent.
Oh, yes. That counts.
I was going over that today.
And you can see my knife. So I have two options here. I could either try to
So
stab.
you rip this off and you for the first time get a good view of where you are.
Mhm.
You don't know where you are in relation to the terrain, but you can see in this cart there's half a dozen other people, including one guy who's kind of scaly looking, and another guy who's also kind of scaly looking, but white scaly
Is
and
there a
bright.
big
And then
scaly
also
looking-
like are you like a crow black kind of look?
Yep.
And also a bird is in.
There's a bird.
Very
You're a
large.
weasel in sight.
and you can see that there's just one orc close to the wagon that you guys are in, but up ahead there are a platoon of orcs,
Oh, fabulous.
Okay.
and at a glance you can tell there's more than half a dozen of them.
So I'm going to. Is he on one side of the cart?
He's on your side of the cart,
I'm gonna acrobatics roll. I'm gonna tumble away.
out off of the cart.
No, onto the other side of the cart.
The cart doesn't have enough space for you to do.
Oh, okay. So,
So
I
think
thought
of it.
was
Think of
a
it like a small wagon, not much bigger than this chair.
Is it
You guys
literally
are
like
on
the
this
Sky House of the
like the Skyrim.
It's
one.
literally the Skyrim.
The Skyrim
Okay.
wagon. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use, and this is a free action, place my knife into the person next to me's hands.
That big.
I don't think that's a free
Because
action.
you can pass an item to people for free, right?
No, you can't.
You can
No,
drop
it's a
it.
move. Oh.
You
Okay,
can
that's
drop
fine.
it for free.
You can drop it into somebody's lap.
Oh, everybody's hands are back.
Now,
You're looking at me.
whoever. All right. So
I mean, you're the guy who's next to him.
who's closest to me right now?
The scaly, like kind of bulky guy.
Okay, so I'm going to cut his bonds.
Is your
I'm
hobgoblin
short
a bulky
but,
kind?
but wide.
Yeah, the wide.
Okay, so I cut your bonds, and then I put my sap into your inventory.
Excuse me?
You don't
So-
have your sap.
Damn. Okay, I didn't hide my sap.
No, you just hit the dagger.
The sap probably would be more comfortable up there.
Just throwing that out.
It's got a sheet.
Okay, so you attempt to cut the bonds of the next person, the person next to you.
Yep.
Okay.
And I whisper to him, distract the guard. And also I grab his... Can I use a move action to grab his...
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can spend your turn grabbing the hood off of him and slicing his bond.
Okay.
And then the orc will get a turn. He's gonna. This time he draws out
This is
his
no, it's not.
his like hand axe,
Mhm.
and he gets ready to cut you. Now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's mad. Oh, natural one. So cool. Yeah, he takes out his hand axe and he like swings it, and it gets caught in the cart, and the cart's still being pulled
Okay.
because it's in you're in a daisy chain wagon kind of thing. And he gets like dragged off, and so he gets like face planted into the mud. Cool. And you can hear him go, and it doesn't. The rest of the orcs in the platoon aren't paying close enough attention.
Okay.
But you get away with it. Yeah.
Okay.
And now you are free, and you can see around you. You see again that you're surrounded by a troop of individuals. One of them is this elf who's just cut you free, because you can see him standing over you with a knife.
Hobgoblin, elf, and knife.
Yeah.
Math is going on right now.
And then you can see this small bird next to you, as well as a small
Medium-sized.
scaly kobold I reckon you would probably identify a kobold.
Yeah. I've killed tons of them.
So you understand that you're in this naughty situation.
Okay.
It's an automatic alarm.
Thanks, friend. Are there any more
Cut somebody else out.
orcs? With what?
Can I make a strength check to break the rope?
Yes.
don't.
Do you have claws?
No.
I don't know anything about you.
Start on cutting people. I will.
You burst the rope.
Woo!
He's done it.
How's
Can I
my
make a
weasel doing, by the way?
consciousness check?
It failed its check.
Rolled a 12. In case you're curious.
I would like to get up on the front of the cart and maybe try and steer this cart out of the line. Get us out of here, maybe.
So you see that the cart's not being drawn on its own.
Ah.
It is part of like a
Caravan.
a caravan. They're all hooked together.
Break the hook behind us.
I'm just gonna yell out.
I would.
Hello?
So
Can
you're now
anyone?
free, and you can remove your hood as well.
I'm going to try and peer into the cart in front of us. Can I do that?
Yes.
Is there a way to?
So the carts are not hooded.
Yeah.
They're just. It's the Skyrim wagon.
No. Then I'm.
You can just see into that.
I'm just going to look around and see if I can identify any gear that might be useful to me and our continued escape. That's an 8.
So you can see that behind you is another cart that has captives, and in front of you looks like a cart that has goods in it, but you can't identify necessarily like weapons and armor. But it's stuff in the cart.
I mean, it's more useful than people, so I'm going to jump into that cart.
Okay. The other thing you can see, and the other thing that you can see in this cart is that it also has its own guard. So like how you guys had an orc walking next to your cart, this one has one as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Changes my plans.
No, I'm still going to do that.
I'm going to continue cutting people out.
Okay.
So I'll do the next one in line.
That'd be bird lady.
Yeah. So what else? What other
Depends
people
if he's turning to his left
describing?
and then turn it into
So-
his right.
The bird, the black bird figure isn't bound the same way because she doesn't have hands. Kind
Oh,
of.
so they're,
I guess you
she's
do
much
have
more-
hands. They're just
I do
weird.
have hands.
But she's just got like wrapped around.
Yeah, so that
So-
might be harder to
They
get
just
out.
didn't know what to do. They're orcs. They couldn't figure it out.
And then beside the bird is a silvery, scaly creature that is bound with its hands behind its back.
Mhm.
However, one of its hands is glowing with light.
The smallest dragon.
That's a good argument.
And then you see as well a human who is very endowed in feature and buffiness has sundered his so he's like getting up next to you. He's like, for sure.
Hey man, we're gonna beat them all up, man.
There's a sink right here if you want to try. And on the other side of the cart is two other humanoid figures.
Okay, I'm gonna try cutting out Chloe Hand, McGee.
Okay.
Chloe. So I do the same thing. I come up, pull the hat off, cut your ropes, and I say, try to free other people or get us some weapons.
Okay. I can do that.
I held out my
Question.
hand.
Is mine?
Victus.
Did they let me keep my cane?
No.
Okay. They took everything.
The actual set.
Can I make a perception check for my backpack to start?
You may.
I'll probably be better than mine.
Oh, no.
No, it's not.
It's a 7.
So you can see the same thing. There's a cart behind you that has other captives in it,
Mhm.
and a cart in ahead of you which has goods in it. And then beyond that, there's more stuff, but you can't identify it.
Okay, how many more carts before the platoon?
There's the cart in front of you which has one orc.
Mm-hmm.
The cart in front of that which has the platoon on either side of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I
Would you
roll
give me
for
an X?
consciousness?
I wouldn't mind a little help. I'm sitting on an effective 4 hit points
No.
and I'm about to fist fight an orc
Can I-
wielding an axe.
Yeah, I think
I just yell out and be like, "Hello."
Oh, the axe is in the wood
Oh,
of the
shit.
wagon.
Never mind. Can I get that
You
axe?
can pull that axe out.
Okay, I'm
Get
just
that
Make a
axe.
strength check to.
Oh, I can do
yeah,
strength.
dislodge it.
Just that's a 6, but it's plus 3.
You get it.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll move into the forward cart as well
Okay.
Hello?
If people are being untied already.
Anyone?
Sure. So,
I'll get to you.
so at this point now, the orc that's face planted into the mud has been like rolled over with the other cart. So he's probably you don't know what happened to him, but his cries have alerted the guy just ahead.
I'm getting run over.
So the other arc that was guarding the cargo wagon has been alerted, and he turns to you guys now, who are climbing into his cart.
Oh, I make direct eye contact with him and go, "They're letting us free." Diplomacy check. Oh no, bluff. Yeah, I still got points in it.
I can't even read that.
Yeah, he's not paying attention to you. He draws his weapon. He's got this falchion. It's a pretty gnarly looking weapon. It looks like it's been battered and used too much.
There's still bones sticking off of it.
Yeah, it's rusty. It's chipped.
There's some teeth on it, like in the forest.
Yeah. And you guys can roll an initiative. Yeah. I've got enough actors for this initiative. Everyone can roll initiative.
Well, if I'm gonna roll a 1, this is the time.
Yeah, when you're literally tied up.
Makes sense.
Very thematic.
It does make sense.
Of course, I would be the hardest to get out.
All right, Havoc, what's your initiative?
I have a 7.
More grim.
2.
Dr. Hippocampus is unconscious.
Do you have smelling salts on you?
Nope. 17.
Well, I might. I have like surgeon things.
12.
Would smelling salts be in the surgeon's kit?
I don't think so. Actually, they might be. You'd have to check it.
I don't think you have.
I don't have any of my stuff, so
I got a 20.
And this orc's gonna roll.
Which one? The one getting run over?
No, the one that's about to cave my skull in.
Oh, that one. Okay.
With a falchion?
You,
Well,
you
I
can
guess
cave
it's
anybody's.
that
You can, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Mofo gets to go first.
What's my distance from this guy?
You're within reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I could try and make a feint?
Yep.
Oh, no, I only got a 4. What would I... bluff and...
Yeah, it's a bluff check.
And wisdom? What do you add to that?
It's bluff is a charisma based
Oh, okay.
skill.
Then worse.
So you don't have any ranks in bluff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I'm a monk, so I can put anything into it.
Well, when you get rogue,
Mm-hmm.
you get around to that. So you give this guy like the takeout, but he doesn't buy it. He's ready for you.
He's just like looking at me.
He thinks it's just a shudder of the cart.
Yeah. So you can still attack him, but
Alright, I'll roll for attack with my unarmed strike.
oh! Okay, you can roll to confirm an actual 20.
That was a 20.
Alright.
20s are out.
Can he confirm it again?
No, he can deal his damage.
Is that 2d6? Or do I roll it and double it? How does it work?
You roll both and then double the modifier that you're adding to it. So
7 plus 0. Because it's strength.
straight. Okay. So you give this guy like a clear clock right in the nose, and you can hear him like squeal, and he curses something in Orcish, and now you notice that he seems to be like staggered, like that really shook him, kind of a thing.
I don't.
Ferocious.
Oh, good.
Oh, as in, is that what ferocious? I don't know what ferocious is.
Don't worry about it.
Does it mean when you bring them to 0 HP, they can still fight?
Yeah.
So they have 7 health? Or 6?
Okay. It's now Volley. No, yeah, Volley.
Yeah.
You're tied up.
I give a quick hello.
You can hold your initiative. If you want.
Or you could try and burst from your bonds.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to burst through my bones.
There is a man.
Strength.
It's a strength check.
19.
Oh. Did you roll 19 or did you add?
16 plus 3.
You break free of this.
That's pretty good strength.
Yeah.
These are some old rotten
Yeah,
ropes.
it's not the best rope.
We are orcs.
Alright, I burst out, take my hood off, and get a gander of what's going on, because this is the first time I'm seeing everything.
Yeah, so you can see you're back in this cart, and you can see when you look backward, like backward direction from which way you're going. There's another cart of captives. You've just rolled over an orc who's now face down in the mud, and up ahead you get to see this toned man clock an orc right in the face. And then the orc's like doing one of these like daisy fucking
Mortal Kombat.
yeah.
Finish it.
That's right. And the carts are still rolling by, so it probably won't be more than a moment before the orc that just got staggered is going to be next to your cart. So like you're going past him.
Okay.
You're moving without moving.
But who's walking next to the cart?
The orcs are walking next to the cart.
Oh. So I don't have to fight this guy. I can just let the other people take care of it.
You're near him on your initiative. So.
Hey.
I wanted to do something, but it's a dumb idea, so I'm probably just gonna...
Dumb idea.
Do it anyway.
Dumb idea.
No, because it really hurts us only.
Oh, okay.
It's not a good idea.
Color spray.
Question. I know Ray of Frost is more of a damage type, but can I try to put that on the ground, or is that not a thing?
Yeah, those effects are so instantaneous that
they don't really last long, so
like
it doesn't
acid,
really help.
acid blast.
It only if it hits something, it hits
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
No, I'm just gonna hold off and ready myself, I guess, if anyone comes towards the cart. Or actually, no. Who's still tied up?
Squaw.
I'm gonna help her.
Yeah, so you see this bird just sort of like struggling in its multiple bindings, and you can go over
I've
and untie it.
never seen someone like you before. I want to know.
I wanna know.
6.
So you have knowledge nature.
Oh, I do. So
You've got knowledge nature.
no, I have Arcana and Dungeoneering in Planes. But
You don't know.
so I've never. Okay, I'm just gonna run over and yell, "Cacan!" Well, wait, I actually
trying to calm it down.
this bird. What are you doing? Wait, I speak. I don't know what you speak. I speak Orin. Is that the?
Orin is the language of air domain, but
Yeah.
Tengu is a different language.
Well, I don't know what she speaks, so I'm just gonna try to speak Orin.
So you start speaking in like wind.
What's really happening is I'm blowing in her ear as I'm untired.
Stop it.
Okay, I still have my first strike.
Can I respond?
But yeah, I'm gonna try to freak.
You can say something, yeah.
Just gonna yell and comment. What the fuck?
Who are you?
I'm just gonna ignore that because that just threw me through a loop. I'm like, I wasn't expecting that.
All right, so this orc, he comes to now. He's like, you missed your final execution, and he throws this really like slow slash at Mofo with his falcon, and he misses just like completely.
My AC 17 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, monks get the advantage of being really good in prison captures. Yeah. I have escape artist and really high natural talent.
I always have my weapons.
Yeah, right. Like you can't disarm me
unless you do.
They just put guns on their hands.
So his turn is wasted, and you hear him now like screech at the top of his lungs, and that gets the attention of the platoon ahead. Oh, yeah. So.
Open up these ropes, Squaw. I can put them to sleep, Squaw.
So it's gonna get annoying quick.
You've been freed.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go to the only person
tells me you're
left that because this guy right here told me to unbind people. I'm gonna go over here to this guy laying on the ground.
The unconscious.
Buddy, you all right?
Yeah. Well, you should take off the.
What's the action? What's the action to unbind?
So you can untie his ropes as like a standard action, and it's pretty much a free action just to rip off his hat.
I'm gonna take off his face. I mean, his well, yeah, I'm gonna take off his. I'm gonna take off his.
You're gonna take his face.
So I can see that he's unconscious.
Yeah, he is unconscious.
What does it look like?
What does your character look like?
God.
It's just a brain.
He looks fairly clean. Yeah, because he's a surgeon. He's fairly clean. He's not a lot of dirt. He has like short hair. It's not long at all.
He's got a very large
he
frontal
looks very-
lobe.
He looks very well kept.
Sorry, you got me. But what is it, like? He got punched in the face, right?
Yeah.
So is there just like a fucking?
Yeah, he's bleeding from his nose.
All right.
He was clean at one point.
So I can't. If I untie him and he's unconscious, there's nothing I can do. I'm small as shit.
Can you make a
So,
heal check?
I'm gonna heal him with my heal. As a oracle, I don't get to prepare myself.
That's easier.
Or I assume that they already.
Yeah, no, you have spontaneous casting.
So I'm gonna cast Cure Light Wounds on the man with the huge welt.
You may roll Cure Light Wounds.
What is the D8?
It's a D8.
Ah, shit. You gotta do it.
A D8 plus 1.
Oh, baby, you get 6.
Oh boy.
So you regain consciousness,
Oh.
and you can see. And there's this. Do you have knowledge nature? No, he's a paladin. And there's this critter over you,
Hey, buddy.
and he's got like silvery, shimmery scales, and he's got like a glowing hand. He's just sort of like.
I know this looks weird.
E.T.
How clean are you?
Can you burst those ropes? Are you strong
Don't
enough?
touch me, I'm sterile.
Just flex really hard. We need to get out of here.
You can roll initiative, and then I'll add you into initiative.
That's based off Dex. 3.
Yeah, low dex brothers.
-2.
All right.
Really hurts my AC.
Victus.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your turn.
I can Here, Josh, improve this.
The last time you did this.
More mind of it silver hair.
Okay.
Purple.
It's a really bad face. Okay, I'm going to do a quick perception
I
check.
want purple.
Sure.
That sticks to you out.
See what's around me. 15 plus 8.
Yep.
23.
You take a look around. You can see a cart behind, which is filled with prisoners.
Still.
In the mud, beyond that cart is an orc that's face down.
So the cart with prisoners, what does it seem to be secured with? Is it like a big cage, or is it like
no?
another?
It's just like what you've got, where it's just you guys are bound up.
And then the cart with odds and ends, bits and baubles.
Yep.
Are there weapons within that cart?
With a 23, you can tell there's metal in the cart, but you can't. Like you can see it shimmering.
Are there any like pole arms sticking out or anything like that?
Yeah, you don't see anything like that.
Okay.
No, I just had a good idea.
He's making Batman. Damn it, Josh.
There it is. Because I didn't have a lot to work with. That'll be $50.
Actually, it looks more like a devil. Did you make? Oh no! All right, I guess I'm Daredevil.
Well,
I need another beer.
yeah.
All right, so is everybody free? I think
I'm
everybody-
free.
No.
I'm free
Thank
bird
you very
lady
much.
right now.
Okay.
And the doctor is his hands are still bound.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut the doctor out, and I'm gonna cut out.
I'm already basically getting her all.
Yeah, the bird lady is being untied.
Okay. So I'll go free the doctor.
Okay.
And then I've got a movement action, right?
Yeah, you can move.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump from the cart and move up to the next cart.
Sure. Yeah, there's no check to do that. You can just get out.
If anyone was curious, Pirates of the Caribbean music's going on throughout all this.
Just leaping from cart to
As
cart.
everyone's going from cart to
However, you can also see that the platoon of orcs that is ahead of you has now turned around, and they're alerted to the commotion.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll run around like this.
Alright, so you are able to move up to the next cart with the stuff, and you're below the the toned man.
With tension.
I'm below him.
You realize that's gonna be you for the
Well,
rest of
it's
your
like a Bruce Lee thing.
Yeah.
Did I slide?
Lean but still strong.
Yeah.
Did I slide underneath him?
White
What do you mean I'm
scales.
below him?
Because he's up
Well,
on the
my
cart.
hair is, like,
Oh,
And
okay.
he- like, so he's surfing on the cart and you're on the ground. And also the scaly stout fellow.
I've got gray skin. I'm the gray guy.
I'm the green.
with no names.
Well,
yet.
hold on. We got gray
We haven't
guy,
introduced
bird
him.
lady, clean doctor. I have really long silver hair. He has silver skin.
I'm wearing
You're Daredevil.
I'm wearing a red suit.
He's got a spin.
You're Daredevil, and you're just really buff.
But not at the same time.
But not.
This,
Only
yeah,
when he wants to be
it's
buff.
hard to discern.
Really, I'm more like the Punisher.
It is now Havoc's turn.
Yay. So there's metal in this cart, but but not obviously a weapon. Are they covered with like cans?
Yeah,
or
there's
something?
like cover.
All right, I would like to tear the cover away and
Sure.
hopefully spy some gear that is familiar to me, or at least I know how to wield.
Okay, so you rip the cover away and you can see bits in here. There are like canteens and
Hey, that's mine.
and like all sorts of like traveling equipments, but you can also see that there are a few swords lying down.
Are there any whips?
You don't see a whip.
Damn.
However, if you are trying to spot a whip, one of the orcs is carrying a whip.
Is he
Yeah, he's in the platoon.
in the platoon? All right, cool.
Whipping them.
Don't break up the platoon.
We need some sort of plan here. I guess the three of us that are near and up this first cart. I'm gonna say I'm gonna tell these two to protect the right side, and I'm gonna cut this cart off and try and pull it slightly as cover, so we can use this to try for sort of a tactical advantage. Where I'm going to cut the lead to the next cart, and try and get it kind of across the road, so to cover our left flank.
Okay, so you're gonna like lean one way and
Lean one way and cut the thing.
All right, so you can make a strength check on that.
Is the goal to like jackknife it to like
Much better.
stop
That's an
the cart
18.
in the middle of the road?
It's probably what's
Yeah.
going to... So that's precisely what happens. So you slice off the tether between these carts, and the momentum of the cart behind sort of jackknifes your two carts that are still bound, because you got this captive cart behind you. And they sort of come to like a skidding V stop in the road.
Right. And then I shout, "Cry havoc!" Because that's my catchphrase. Everybody, get used to that.
We gotta kill
That's
him
my
off
turn.
now. Kill him off now.
Dr. Hippocampus. You get to go.
He didn't roll though. He was unconscious.
He did roll.
You rolled later on. Once he woke up.
So I stand up and I take a look around. What do I see?
You see,
I see.
you see a cart behind that has just jackknifed into your cart, like sort of skidding you like in the slick mud, and you come to a stop. There's a platoon of 6 orcs coming towards you guys, and they've got their weapons drawn out. Some of them they've got all sorts of odds and ends for weapons. One of them's carrying a whip. One of them has a big battle axe. Another one's got a like a trident.
Does one of them have the halberd?
Yeah. No, they've got an assortment of pulled weapons.
I look around for something I can wield, either ripping off a piece of the cart or I look for a weapon.
Upgrade to cool.
Shit.
I've also revealed the number of weapons in the cart in front of you.
Have I seen that?
We're not in this. I was gonna say he's just barely.
Yeah, he's just come to. So what was your perception there?
8.
Okay, so you can see that up ahead, the cart that you jackknifed into. So actually, you guys have 3 carts long.
Yeah.
Gear.
Yeah, that cart that you cut into there has like a bunch of like shiny metal bits in it, and you can't discern exactly what's in there, but you can tell there's metal inside of it.
I jump over there.
Okay.
As fast as possible.
Yeah, so you cover over to the other cart. The carts are no longer moving. And you can see that in the cart are a couple of swords laying down the long swords.
Now, when I imagine Dr. Hippocampus, I imagine that he sort of has, like, he can hold out his hands and sort of like radiant energy comes off as like sterilizing. So I like put my hands
lay on hands
over one of the sword's handles and I go like this. And then I pick it up.
Okay, so you have a pretend sterilizing power that makes you feel good. So it's essentially just an obsessive compulsive disorder. and you grab this sword.
Here later
You're
on,
now
go to
equipped with a long sword. You're
study
still
his own
armored,
compulsion.
however.
Is there anything else in this cart now that over here looking around? A shield, perhaps?
Yeah, I was gonna shield.
You look around and you don't find a shield, but there is like a sort of like a crate, and you reckon that,
Or like the top of a barrel?
yeah, like stuff like that is in here.
Alright, I grab the top of a barrel sort of as a makeshift shield. Right?
Sure, you get like a small, like +1 wooden shield that you reckon if it got hit would splinter into pieces and would
Still for one
stop. Yeah, it would stop them protecting you.
I yell up to you. Are there any weapons?
There's some swords.
Throw me a sword.
He's got to sterilize everything. 1 second. Okay.
Make a dexterity throw.
He's got to cure all.
You don't want me to do that?
Oh god, he just threw a fucking.
Make a dexterity throw.
2.
-2 or
It was 4 minus 2.
So he just takes this sword and throws it into the mud, like right past
All that
you.
sterilization went to nothing.
All right.
But it's within reach. He didn't throw it too far.
Okay.
You'd have to move to get it, but
That's fine.
Margaret, it's your turn.
Fantastic.
Is she free now?
Yeah. Am
Did
I
I
free?
get her free? I would assume by this point.
Yeah, she's free.
Can I see? Has the bag been?
It was a free action.
Yeah.
I hope this is the last time. What do I see?
You see that these 3 carts have come to like a jackknife stop and have created a sort of barricade in the road. And approaching you are 6 orcs, each of them wielding their own specific weapon. Though each orc looks like he's been marching for a while.
Alright. I'm going to cast sleep on these 6 orcs.
Okay.
Nice.
She basically
This scene
just
comes over.
I'm tired. Don't even get a thank you. She just
Magic! I don't need to explain shit!
I guess we won. Slit their throats.
I love how I'm the last one to leave.
Yeah.
No, come on, guys.
You rolled shitty.
No, they sink and just spiraled me.
How does sleep work? Is it a number of hit die total?
Yeah.
I think it's 4 hit dice.
And these guys are these guys even?
These guys are 1/3.
They're their third.
That's not their hit dice. That's
You're
their
pushing
power.
out 1, so.
You can get 4 of them. Yeah. I'm executing these for
Fucking orc.
Not if I can execute them first.
You're on!
You can't get it because it's just a language, so everyone speaks orc. You gotta use your tabs. I don't know.
But can I thank you?
Yeah, thank you.
Just do one of these. Thank you.
Bird lady in business. Like, I got hit by like a wing.
she stands up and immediately starts fluttering in your feet.
Oh, God, it's like she's like a bird trapped in like indoors. She's like, how do I get out?
So,
She
Oh,
stands
guys,
up.
don't introduce me to any glass.
what's your save DC?
That's on this page.
I was gonna
Read
say.
the next page.
So it was a first level spell, right?
Mhm.
You should write it down there. It should be
Modifier
It
plus.
should
10
be-
plus level plus... No, 10 plus
It's
half
10
level
plus
modifier.
your level plus.
So 10 plus your modifier
It's
4.
half
10,
level.
14 plus the level of the
plus
spell.
the level of the
So
spell.
15.
Oh, that's
Plus-
what it is. Okay.
Sorry. There we go.
Do you get the saves on? I thought sleep. You didn't get saves.
You get a save. You get a will save.
Oh, okay.
In 5th edition, there's no save.
Okay.
But we're playing Pathfinder. Because it's,
You have to make
I don't
it. It's
know.
like when.
It
Well,
might
no,
not
when
say
you
one.
make it. I was gonna say when you do
So instead of being...
Just say when you do color spray, you have to make a save for each and every one of those.
Yeah,
so you would have to make one for sleeping as well.
I think you do.
I think that was a unique thing about sleep. Sorry.
Yeah, look up sleep color.
Sleep causes a magic slumber to compound 4 HD of creatures.
Look up. Just look in the top part of the text.
Yeah,
it says saving throw.
This is the sort of stuff that
Saving throw will negate.
not do.
Yeah.
Will. Yeah, I thought so. So, and it's 4 hit dice. So one of these orcs just face plants into the ground. Another one does not. Another one does. Another one does. One does not. And the last one does.
So 2 are still
so you get
4.
3.
Oh, wait. You said
No,
only 2 passed.
You rolled 6 and 2 passed.
Yeah.
So she
Yeah,
got
2
all
passed.
4.
She got. Yeah,
so she got 4 out of the 6.
Yeah, she got 4 out of the 4 hit dice that she could affect.
Yeah.
And there are 2 war orcs coming towards you.
Maximum effectiveness.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
You're welcome. Squaw.
Wow. That's her quick.
Okay. You have a move action if you'd like to move.
Fantastic. I'd like to...
She
Get me
flies.
out! She's like, get me out of this building!
I'd like to remove myself from the rest of the ropes and center myself more into the cart so that I'm not like near the edge.
She like pokes out. Just like text back away. The fuck was that?
It is now those 2 orcs. They just sort of charge over the over their sleeping comrades. They're not particularly teamwork oriented, it seems. And one of them comes at you with his trident, and the other one has a halberd.
Who's you?
You all.
You all.
They're coming at the carts.
Yeah.
And they stop 10 feet shy and make ranged attacks.
You mean reach attacks?
Reach attacks.
Against...
Well, who's the closest right now?
So
You
what we
guys,
have
'cause
is
you left our cart.
So what kind of happened was the back cart jackknifed the middle cart, which jackknifed the top cart, so it's got like a C shape, and the middle cart, which you guys are all in initially, is now facing the road forward. And you guys, with the exception of Mofo, Victus, and Havoc, are not in the cart. So they're going to attack. You're small in size? No. Are Tengu's medium?
The medium, I think.
Medium.
Okay.
Really, they're small with their plumage.
Yeah, they're small for medium.
Don't get my
what it is.
feathers
They're like
wet.
small, medium.
Double in weight.
I feel like they can't see us because she just tucked back in.
And since she's a shaman who can talk to spirits, she's a small, medium.
Yep.
Who
was the 2 oracles, by the way?
That's one. The other's not here.
I'll be bonding with your ghosts.
My ghosts.
Essentially,
All right. The orc with the halberd comes in and swings at you.
Fudge.
What's your armor class?
Non-existent. Hold on. 14.
Is that with or
But
without
you've
armor?
got armor there, so it's 11.
Yeah,
Because
right
you're
now
not
we're not
wearing-
wearing
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
took
yeah.
armor.
So sorry, 11.
You get hit.
Okay.
She's a healer. Don't let her die.
Yeah, guys.
I'm a healer too.
And you take 10 plus 3 damage.
So you're at negative
Does anybody
5.
know how to stabilize?
Is negative 10 death?
Negative 10 is death.
It's negative constitution in this one.
Well, your constitution's 11, so you've got 6 points of damage to go.
So he brings his pole arm down into you, and you squaw, and then you just thud into the ground like a puff of feathers kind of come up, and the other one comes with his trident and like spears into Doctor.
Well, I'm on the front.
Being level 1 is fun.
Hippopotamus.
Did you move to the front?
He did move to the front guard because he got a shield.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious because I'm trying to figure out how they see us because she poked her head out to do something and then went back away.
The cart's not hooded in any way.
It's like the Skyrim
Oh,
part. It's like
okay.
only like waist
I thought it
high.
was hooded.
I moved
Now I
away-
understand.
I moved
say
away from
this.
the edge of the car. If they're at the very
No,
edge
that
of
makes
it-
sense. I thought it was hooded. That's why I was confused.
You're not paying attention.
No.
Natural 20.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Awesome.
It does. Wait, what's your armor class?
Without it's 11. Because we're not wearing armor, you said.
Just kill someone, Joe.
I'm gonna kill everyone.
I'm gonna do it. I literally haven't done
I'm
anything.
gonna do it with 2 orcs. I was gonna do it with 6 of them, but now I can do it with 2.
All I've done is freed her.
This is
I
what
haven't done
happens when you
anything.
strip people of their
Go
armor.
to sleep. It's okay.
Yeah, I haven't done a single thing. I've just woke
I
up.
built my
and
We're effectively
released
blank
you.
character sheets.
Technically, we got rid of half the
We're just
guys,
blank character sheets
so.
with spells. That's all we are.
Yeah.
You take 15 damage.
Okay, so that puts me at -6.
Yes. So you're critically run through with this trident, and you're now like stuck on his trident. And he's now struggling with the weight of your body, and you've effectively disarmed him.
Oh, fuck. Awesome.
However, the rending that he's doing to your body probably is bad.
I literally haven't done a single thing. I literally took a hood off and freed her. That is all I've
We're
done.
back up to the top of the initiative.
So it's my turn.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's
I
your turn.
have to exit the cart in order to attack an orc.
Yeah, because they're beyond reach.
Can I make it to them in one movement action?
You can, but you know that you'll
You're in the
provoke.
car with us, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You better do fucking
So
something.
you'll provoke from one of them
It's
because
over
one of
now.
them
You're gonna
is
start calling me
he doesn't
doctor.
have his spell.
Daddy?
How did it work? Was it acrobatics to get
Why don't we
through?
take this
Yeah, you can make an
spear from me
acrobatics roll
and remove it
to
from
get
us?
into his threatened space.
How much do I have to? What do I have to do to succeed?
Really done
That's
this
just a
before.
DC 15.
I
You're not
see he's
rolling
over there
through his
taking
space, you're
notes.
moving up to
I
his
want
space.
to do.
Okay.
The ghost.
I've got a 4 to acrobatics.
If I drop a
That's like
They
a.
fly.
Roll an 11 or better. You can
Yeah.
do it. Come on.
So I think I'll try and make an acrobatics check to move into his threatened space.
First one sucks. Can't do anything. I
19.
haven't done shit.
You do like a flip out of the cart and into his space, and you're now threatening him.
Nice.
So you may attack.
I will make a unarmed strike with a 14.
That's a hit.
Nice.
This orc is wearing armor. He's wearing studded leather armor.
Hey,
Sam's
You just
favorite.
tried to trigger
me, aren't you?
I bet he's drinking coffee and
He's wearing
wearing cotton too.
Yeah, he's wearing studded leather armor, and you're able to get him so much damage.
I did too much. There were 2 damage.
2 damage.
Too much. Yeah, it's over. It's over, Joe. Just stop now.
Okay. It is now.
Me, the dying man.
Yes. it's your turn.
Stabilize.
So you can make a stabilizing.
While you're impaled.
I don't know what the rules are. In this
I have no idea what the
That's the problem with playing other
you-
games.
you
You
bleed
learn
out.
all the stabilizing rules for the previous game that you were
Well, you
playing.
bleed out. Do you take?
I think it's
He's just bleeding out.
Well, you take a -1 HP every turn.
I know that.
You're bleeding out,
But-
and then you have to.
I
I believe there's a
thought,
roll.
I thought it was a fortitude check versus 10, but you take a penalty to it equal to the number of hit points you are below 0.
I think that's what it is.
Which for me, it's a -6.
Mhm.
So I have to roll above a 16 to save, basically, right now, and I don't even know what I'm adding to.
Well,
it.
you your fortitude save.
3 is fortitude
Three.
savers
Here we go.
So you got to roll better than a 13, which is doable.
to stabilize.
Character's next turn.
But then the next one, I gotta roll
Point
17,
on
an 18, a 19, a 20. I'm gonna die.
No, it doesn't kill you. You stabilize if you make that roll and you stop bleeding.
That's if I
Yeah.
make it.
Yeah.
19. Plus
So you
20.
stabilize. So you're
With a spear in me, I just.
So you still take the -1
you have a very fast clotting.
from this turn,
Yeah.
and then you stabilize at the end of it.
Actually, that would make sense if you're
Um,
stabbed. It's the pulling
it's
out
staying.
that makes you bleed.
Yeah, yeah.
I literally just went. Down. All I did was free the bird.
After Wally, it is the orc who you staggered earlier.
Okay.
And he just sort of uses his turn to get up to the cart, but he's now behind the carts.
Okay.
So you got the 2 orcs in front of your carts, and this one is behind.
Okay.
And
got
he's
ran over?
sort of now threatening your space, but he's only been able to move up to you.
Okay.
It is now Silver.
So I turn to this guy. Now, if I was to see these 2 bodies on the ground, I would naturally run towards the person who was impaled to heal them. But this bird person has some magic.
Yeah, you've seen this bird person do something.
Like I said, I have done absolutely nothing.
And I think I've just seen the blood
Absolutely.
kind of stop coming out. So you know what? I'm going to go to bird person.
Somebody just fucking pick me up at the end of this.
Cast Cure, 6.
Oh, a +6?
So you're at 1
1
hit
hit
point.
point!
Or is
Wait,
it?
you regain
Yeah.
consciousness.
I don't know what the hell. I'm
Like
gonna
the
roll to see what
Phoenix.
she is. Phoenix will rise.
Do you have knowledge nature?
I do. I have knowledge of everything. 16.
You know that she is a Tengu, who is a bird person that resides from the deep, great woods. They're redwood trees, and they exist deep off in the mountains to the west, or at the base of the mountains, rather. And that is where her people have come from.
Bird person.
Bird person.
Use your magic, please. Use your special Tengu magic. I know you have it. There's redwoods and shit. I know you're from.
My problem is I can't do anything. I don't have my pouch, so I can't do color spray. I can't do any of that shit.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't have my sword.
I know you don't have a shoe materials. You have to use your
Well, if the material component is non-existent for the spell, you can cast it. So it depends.
Some of them don't have pixie dust they have to use.
Yeah.
Should be my turn.
Victus, it is your turn.
Cool. Guess I'm gonna stab this orc.
Okay.
Which orc?
Good
There's
idea.
3 of orcs.
There's the one. Well, he's on the ground on the inside of the carts.
Yeah.
So he's next to the staggered orc.
Just pops up.
I guess I could feint.
You can.
Wait, do you have
Do you have
feint?
improved feint?
No.
Feint then is a standard action for you.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
that's right. That's how it works.
So I wouldn't be able to attack afterwards.
No,
Just attack.
All right, I'll just.
you can just double.
Yeah.
Make him tackle.
He's low.
Yeah, he's on his last legs.
He's good at escaping, but that's it.
I got a 6.
Without him,
You missed.
Okay,
You can
for my move, I'm going to use an acrobatics check to roll out of his.
Threatened space.
Yep.
Sure.
There we go.
You succeed at that.
Yeah.
So you can
I got
move
a
half your speed away from him.
Okay, and I move that underneath the cart.
Yeah, I'll let you. You can do a tumble under the cart.
Cool. I
However,
tumble.
so there's like you have enough perception to know that if you roll underneath the middle cart, you'll be rolling into the stabbing range of the 2 orcs that have pole weapons.
Can I do a stealth check to roll silently so they can't really see me?
No,
Because they have to look down.
tumble. And you avoid attack opportunity.
that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Then that would work.
Shouldn't that?
Well, no, I'm not saying that he's rolling into an attack opportunity for them.
Mhm.
I'm saying that he's now moving him closer to the bad guys.
I can't
Oh,
stealthily
you
tumble.
do know common.
No.
Does anyone not know
Yeah.
common?
You're
Not
in
me,
plain
does
sight.
anyone?
Okay.
You can.
I think when Zach's in
I'm gonna
combat,
tumble
he
under the
always
right cart.
speaks
Okay.
tons.
Can I get to the other side of that cart?
To the other side of the middle cart?
No, the cart that he was next to when I did all this.
Yeah.
The first cart.
Oh yeah, you could run. You could tumble that way.
Okay, so I tumble underneath and then pop up.
Sure.
And I point and go, aha!
All right.
Because you missed an attack.
Yeah, go, that was a feint.
Havoc, it's your turn.
All right. So I have a hand axe, right? Which can be thrown, right? I would like to throw my hand axe at that dying orc that's within the sea, the sea part of the sea, not the outer part of the sea.
Yeah.
I'd like to throw it at him, and then with my move action, pick up a weapon from the cart that I'm in.
Sure.
Preferably one that can be wielded in 2 hands. But first, let's throw this axe.
Pretty good.
Let's see. It's strength because it's a thrown weapon.
It's you aim it with dexterity, but you'll deal strength damage.
Okay, I still got a +2 to dexterity though, so
That's a 12.
that's a 12, and my base attack bonus is 1, so that's a 13. Or
No,
actually,
I messed
No,
up.
that's
14.
Yeah, you hit him.
Cool. And is that a D6? I don't have
It's a D6. Yeah.
hand axe on my thing, so C6 plus 3, 6.
6 damage.
Wait, you don't. You have 3
Plus
strength.
Yeah.
Plus 3 strength, plus 2 dex. Yeah.
Okay. So this orc now has a hand axe like lodged in his chest, and he's still doing like the Mortal Kombat thing, and he's just sort of like. And you understand in your previous encounters with orcs that they don't go down easy. You have to really pummel the shit out of them, or put them to sleep magically.
Shouldn't it be the orc for us
I think it
is when they're reduced to 0, they can fight on for one more round, but then if they aren't healed, they fall unconscious and start dying.
In 5th edition it is, but not in this game.
Pathfinder is different.
I thought I read the yeah.
Right.
I don't
So-
think it's,
so I
I don't think
dug
it's fair
down.
to Die Hard.
They can keep going.
I dug down into the cart and I come up with a sword.
And
What
you're
kind of
reading the
sword is
wrong
that?
book, by the way. because that's half orc. The orcs have a monster trait called ferocity, which is in the bestiary.
Oh, so that's just die hard.
It's a monster trait.
What kind of sword do
It's
I
a
get?
monster
What's in
trait.
here?
Oh, it's a long sword.
A monster trait.
That's a D8?
Yeah.
Next.
Doctor. It's the doctor's turn.
Dr. Hippocampus Mind Sword.
Not yet. Level 2. Level 2.
not make it to level 2.
Which orc is closest to me? The trident or the halberd?
They're equally distant from you.
And one is in me.
Well,
Can't be much closer.
the trident one, he's technically unarmed, so I can enter into his space without provoking, because he's stuck on Duffy.
You could, however, you would also be entering into the space of the next guy because he covers his friend with his reach as well. Yeah,
and that's what dexterity.
it's an acrobatics roll to move without provoking.
Oh yeah, I won't.
How does that?
No, you don't.
I'm not very dexterous.
Wouldn't you just be entering into his, but not moving through his attack range? If you come in on the far side.
Yeah, actually, you're right. So yeah, you could come in like around and not provoke, but you'll be threatened by him. So he could like attack over his friend.
Yeah. Sleep like behind people and like click on and stuff.
How much sleeps do you have?
None, but I have a daze.
If I'm in close to him, does he have maybe very trouble hitting me with his reach weapon?
Yeah, I think that's
will be fine.
If you get up right next to him, yeah, you will.
Yeah, so he'll have to shift
Alright.
back in order to hit you. Then.
So I'll
you'll have a minus
I'll
4.
move right up to that guy, and then as a free action, I'll cast my smite on the guy behind him.
You have smite at level 1?
He does have smite at level
Yes.
1, but smite's part of an attack. It's not just you don't just smite someone.
That's right.
You attack them.
Well, I was trying to do that so I get the bonus AC to him.
Just attack somebody.
Well, let's try and kill this guy, I guess.
Do it.
Bring it on!
Use my bow as a lightning rod.
Nope. 8. 9.
So you miss. You swing your borrowed longsword at this orc, and he sort of like ducks under while he's holding on to the
Trident.
the trident.
With Duffy attached.
Yeah.
Oh, ragdoll right now, people.
Help me, Morgan. It's your turn.
Awesome. How many people are close together? Like if I casted Daze on 2 orcs, am I gonna? I know I'm gonna get Duffy. I mean,
I'm not a distance away.
Daze is not an area.
It's not.
single
It's a
spell.
single.
It's a target spell.
Fabulous. I would like to Daze the
Days cold.
The one with
The healthy orcs.
yeah, the one with the halberd, the one that's not stuck in Valley.
Okay.
Like volleyball.
Valley Ball.
Down. Those valley girls. Take those bitches.
When the guys who take your car, valets.
Well, I'm basically taking this guy's fucking trident. Can I take your trident?
Oh!
Thank you, You need to let go, sir. You've given me a tip.
So the material component for Daze is a pinch of wool or a similar substance.
So hold on, I have skew materials as my first level.
I hope it doesn't.
So you don't need it.
But yeah, I don't need squat. Just my feathers, my sparkling for snow.
Don't need squat.
Aha, you got it. Alright, so what is it?
He saves.
Are out about.
Darn it.
Yes, you have a second first level spell per day because of your wisdom modifier.
Second first level spell? Okay. So I get 2 of these. Okay. Alright, so as my movement, I'd like to get out of range. So I am in the middle cart.
You have to acrobatics check.
Otherwise, you'll get an attack bonus.
You can also take a 5-foot step.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
5-foot steps, they're back!
Yes.
Yeah!
We're great.
So just orientate me. I can't step forward or backwards because there's orcs on either side of the cart.
No. There's orcs on one side of the cart.
Okay.
You could 5-foot step by falling off the back of the cart.
Like scuba diving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is an orc behind the cart.
Yeah.
Because he's got an axe in his chest, and he's staggered, and he's probably too far away from you.
And I'm trying to get his attention.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I see my weasel? Could I possibly move my 5 feet towards the weasel?
You cannot see the
I've been
weasel.
asking me that question for a long time.
Can I see my weasel?
Yeah, you can't see your weasel. However,
Damn.
you can tell with your empathy sense that it's further away.
Oh no!
Ah,
Shoot. Alright. Then I will move my 5 feet away from the 2 orcs in front of me.
Okay.
Whether I have to scuba dive it or not is fine.
All right. So you take a 5-foot step out of the cart.
Okay.
And and then it's the 2 orcs' turn.
What the hell are we going to do when we need to use the map? We're going to be screwed.
Don't worry, the map is a narrative.
We're doing all right just by thinking.
Sure.
I'm not doing alright at all.
I thought that dog was
I freed myself and untied one person, and I get the death penalty.
So the orc that was holding onto the trident he can't get it off of your body because you're like on top of it.
Yeah.
So he lets it go and he just swings his claw at you.
Who's you for the audience?
Sorry.
Doc.
He swings his claw at the doctor. If the audience was paying very close attention,
They could hear the direction you were pointing.
he swings his claw at the doctor and just totally misses. So even your impromptu shield was like avoided. So you just sort of like he's out of it. And the other orc with the halberd, he's gonna make a swing at who's in range of him. The doctor's in range of him.
Me?
You're in range of him. Well, you just punched him, right?
I punched the trident one?
Yeah.
That's me.
Did you punch the trident one?
I actually don't think I specified.
I think you punched the trident one because you were like, he's unarmed. And then we had this discussion about...
No, he asked if he was unarmed.
Yeah.
Oh.
You
think I
did a roll.
specified.
You did a roll through the threatened space.
Into one of their threats.
I think you're in front of the guy with the halberd.
Okay.
So
I
he's
punched the guy
gonna
with the halberd?
he's gonna like haft up on his weapon
Mm-hmm.
and make an attack against you.
Okay.
And he misses. Your arm crosses too.
Monks.
And then my
Yeah.
turn?
So you just sort of like block. You block him. And then
It's my turn.
You get to
And I
real
get the
close.
fury blow soon.
yeah, it's your turn at the top of the initiative.
Somebody help me.
13, 15?
The 15 hits.
Okay.
Actually, are you an unchained monk?
Yes.
Oh, it's your strength modifier. So it's just plus 1, right?
I have 0 strength modifier. I have 1 base
one
attack.
base attack, yeah. So you get a 1 block, 1 attack.
Alright, I only did 1 damage.
Okay.
Poked him with the finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should make bird clips like don't crow too loud.
No.
The puns just hurt.
We're trying to get viewers.
Volley.
I must just go to 0, don't I? No?
Yeah, you're stabilized. You're still at negative hit points. But yeah, I guess you're.
Well, you said I went from -1 to 0 on this one now, right? Because I'm.
No, were you healed? Did you heal him?
No.
No, you
I'm
didn't.
not healed.
No.
You're
just
still at
stopped
negative
bleeding out.
7. You're just
No, I was at
stabilized.
-6.
Yes, you're just
first
not
one.
bleeding now.
Yeah, so
I thought I'd go back towards 0. Someone just.
No.
They're
wrong.
Okay, I just said. Well, I'm not gonna do it.
Enjoy your unconsciousness.
You're gonna need a
Thanks
you'll
for
be
that.
I literally unblinded myself for 2 seconds to untie a bird lady, said one word, caw, and got shanked. I haven't done anything.
Well, be careful. Be careful. If you do any more, you might just die.
I know.
I'm gonna go for a
I
walk.
have nothing to offer right
The
now.
staggered orc. He sees that you've tumbled away from him.
Yep.
And he just sort of moves towards you, and he like crawls under the wagon.
Is he flat-footed?
Would I have gotten a
Did he enter his? Yeah.
He entered into his threatened space, but he didn't move through it.
Because I'm on the cart.
Yeah.
And he's going under the cart. Would I be able to get him as he goes? Because he
You're-
went under my cart.
I did go under same.
Yeah, you move through your threatened space, I suppose.
Cool. Longsword, ho!
God.
That one.
That's a natural
So
one.
you go to swing at him, and you loose the sword, and it just sort of goes straight into the ground, like it sinks
Gave him a weapon.
all the way down to the crossguard in the mud.
Do you only throw weapons, or do you hit people with them? This isn't like an insult. This is more of a counting of skills.
And that orc is now, again, in your friend's space.
How do you feel?
Yeah, how does that make you feel?
Two guys around you, right?
Silver,
One guy
it's your
just
turn.
left me and the other guy's fighting.
Silver.
Hi-ho, Silver!
Away! So, him. What does he look like? What is his area? What is his vicinity?
One guy's fighting him with the halberd.
If someone
He
was
is
to,
inside of the middle cart.
if someone was to say, go in and like give him a touch. With a special hand.
You can reach him.
Would there be anybody around?
The ET glowing
assassin
hand.
Well, the guy let go of it.
Can I
and he
phone
was
home
doing
him?
something else.
Well, no, because you were already in his cart. You're already in his cart.
I know, but he had like two guys around him, didn't he? The Hilbert guy and the other guy.
No, they were at reach.
Yeah, they're outside.
So I can get up close to heal him if I want to.
Well, the halberd guy's fighting him. The other guy's trying to fight.
I suppose.
So
Yeah,
are we
no.
going-
Right now you can because one halberd guy. One halberd guy has let go of his trident. He no longer has reach.
Okay.
The other one is just halved up to make a strike attack.
So there's an
so
opportunity
he's also no longer
for
at
me
reach.
to sneak in there and give him a heal.
Yeah,
You're already in.
All right.
I was gonna say you should be just next to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're just not
I
targeting
did,
you.
well, my thing was attack of opportunity for
When you
casting
cast a spell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if I was clear of that. So yeah, I get real friendly with you. Oh, nice! That's nice. So you're back up to consciousness. I was
Plus, yeah, I'm at 3 now.
I think
2.
you're actually at 2 because you were knocked down to 6.
But I rolled right off the bat.
You still take the 1 point
Why do I still take the
because it happens at
At
the
the
start
beginning
of
of
your
the turn, you take a bleeding out point.
Yeah.
And then you're at
No,
7.
at the start of your turn, you take the bleeding out point,
Yeah,
and then at the end of your turn, you save.
Okay, so 2.
So you're conscious though.
But I'm scared.
Yeah, you still have a trident inside of you.
Can you take that out while you're doing this?
Sorry, so that
Is
was
he going to take more
Okay, so
damage
wait.
to remove the
No, the trident sort of gets removed magically when you get it.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
just kind of
Yeah, you get like
clips
the Wolverine
outside
effect.
his
So
body.
that was for you.
I don't
you're
use
gonna
these
try
things.
it now.
Anyone got a scimitar for me?
After silver, it's half.
Nice.
Nope.
No?
No, it's Victor's. Right, Victor's is 11.
Kill that dying work under the cart.
I guess I could. I kind of want to action roll in and get a backstab, but
That doesn't do anything. It wouldn't do anything.
no, I'm flanking.
On my guy?
You're flanking with him now, actually, because Sam is on top of the cart, threatening him, and he's between
Yeah,
you.
I
So
guess
you're
you're
actually flanking him right now.
I was thinking flanking the guy with the halberd, but I guess I'll take care of this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll stab him real
Focus
quick.
fire down the injured.
Just a real quick. Just a quick fucking...
A quick one.
Just a quick.
This is +2.
Oh,
Wait,
I have
Flanking is back.
Oh!
Yay!
I still wouldn't have hit him.
He wasn't. You weren't
God
flanking with him
fucking-
at that point.
Alright, 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 4 is
9.
You missed.
Great. Alright, and then I'm gonna action roll to try to flank the
Person I'm fighting?
Okay. Make an action roll. You have to roll out of this guy's threatened space and then into another guy. So you make, you make
No,
2.
because they've reduced their reach.
Yeah,
So he can
the
just run
guy.
in.
Oh.
The guy I'm fighting only has 5 foot.
Yeah.
Okay, so then just one.
Yep.
Black die. Hey, I did.
Yeah.
Plus
8.
He's good at moving.
20.
But that's it.
So you're now flanking.
He's got the
not
wood
necessarily
grain
sick.
ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always do side flips, and I'm also turn invisible whenever I roll. It's just a real
You're Batman.
clusterfuck.
You're doing like you're flipping around.
Yeah.
You're jumping.
Look
Yeah,
at
it's
it.
Cool.
You're good at swooping.
You lose the flanking bonus.
You're not gonna damage my
I'm going to
city.
disappear down into the cart, come up with another sword.
Okay. So yeah, you can use your movement action to pick up a sword.
Can I still get this guy, or does he have like cover against me?
He doesn't have cover. He's
Doesn't
not
have
under
cover.
the cart. He's
Came out one side.
Ah, he's on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get him again.
Another one.
Let's hope we don't roll another one. Here we go. Plus
Coming
4.
down on his back too. Ooh.
16.
You hit him.
Yeah. D8. Did I grab another longsword? I'm just grabbing.
Yeah, they're
one.
long swords.
Ooh.
Cool.
That is a 9.
That should finally do it.
Here we go. 4th grade math. -7 minus 9. -16.
Is he dead?
He's dead.
Woo. Fresco.
So you plunge this long sword down through his spine.
Oh. I would like to let the sword go in his spine and then go and get another sword.
You don't have enough action to do that. So you could leave the sword.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the sword in him.
Okay.
I actually.
He's also got like an axe in his collarbone and a sword down through him.
Don't forget the punch.
So this guy's just been pinned, and he's totally dead. It's now Doctor Hippocampus.
To save the day.
Watch out!
What is your diagnosis, Doctor?
I point at this orc and I say, "Psyche calls to you. Smite!" And I smash him over the head, hopefully.
Which one? The trading guy?
No, the
One
trident.
I'm right
Yes,
now.
despite the
Unarmed
trident.
one.
He just doesn't have a trident anymore.
So it is
Success in diagnosis.
The orc formerly known as Trident.
16.
You hit him.
Medication was effective.
DH.
Let's see the treatment.
There's 3.
You've got 2. No, he's holding his shield. So. No.
Should be good.
It's 3 plus your strength modifier. It's your strength modifier, and then your level is added to this fight.
And you also add your charisma to hit.
To hit, yeah, but
Charisma hit. Paladin level, so that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 damage.
Yes. It's plus 3.
So this guy, you smash into. You can tell that your smite is effective. This is an evil creature, and you bring him to the Mortal Kombat stun stagger effect, but he's still standing.
I have a plus 3 AC against him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wardrobe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use that bird power.
Bird up.
It's 1/16 of horsepower for some reason.
So, unfortunately, I never got the time to write down what all these do. Bleed. Is that something I can hurt
I think
people
that's for
with?
somebody who's already dying.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That would work with the
Yeah.
stunned orcs.
Because
You
they're
still-
technically dying.
Okay, can I bleed the stunned orcs, please?
I would like to hit the stun orcs.
The will save.
Are either of the ones that are not unconscious?
This is a creature below 0.
Yeah.
And I'll be fair and just tell you that this guy that he's just hit is at exactly 0.
Oh.
And then the guy that you guys have been beating up is still has hit points.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I haven't done any damage.
no go.
I've only done 3 damage.
Alright, we'll try daze again then for good measure.
Although it doesn't kill them, it just makes them begin dying again. So it doesn't hurt.
hit point every
It won't
round.
have anything to do with what these orcs have. So it won't. It doesn't work.
So we'll go with daze, and we will aim for who's doing the most.
The halberdier is the only one with a weapon at the moment.
Alright, we'll go for the halberd again.
Okay.
Give it another shot.
What is your save DC for a 0 level spell?
Is 14.
Yeah, 14.
He fails, which means he loses his next action.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sweet.
He's not stunned, so you get no advantage against him. But he takes no actions on his next turn. Okay.
That's something.
It's pretty good.
Worth mentioning.
It's the orc's turn. The only orc that can act is the dazed one, or the staggered unarmed one. So he's just going to make a swing at Corey. And he misses very much.
Oh.
That's the doctor.
Yeah, he's not the doctor. Damn.
Somebody called the doctor.
You got it. It took time.
Mogul.
All right.
Back to your turn.
Another flurry of blows then.
You're
No.
flanking now, remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So does that give me a +4?
Gives you plus 2.
+2.
Yeah.
So then
That's a 15.
15 and 11.
15 hits.
Alright, not 1 point. 2 points.
That's twice as good.
Yeah.
So you've just been like sucking this guy, like you've just been teasing him.
He's like
really,
flicking him.
because he can't hit you, and you're not hurting him.
And the ropes did nothing, so you're just like, you mean nothing to me! Lightly open hand slapping him across the
The
face.
character probably didn't have very much in the way of possessions.
No.
So you're really just like beating this guy up because...
I do want my weapon back. I want my Kusari Gama.
Okay. It's now
God bless
Wally's turn. You're conscious.
Welcome.
Finally. You're back.
What are you going
So
to do?
You're
I'm going to do the
You're
one
prone.
thing right off the bat.
Don't forget your phone.
Looking around. Do I even recognize where we are?
No.
I don't.
Wait.
No one's actually looked
you
around
have
besides
knowledge-
just what's next
Do
to
you
us.
have knowledge local or knowledge geography?
No,
Neither.
Where are we?
Neither.
No, you don't.
I was going to figure that out after.
I just didn't know if we
Details,
would know where we
I can do
were.
that real quick afterwards.
Okay, well, obviously I'm going to stand up.
But yeah, you can tell that you're in like a wooded area and you're along this muddy trail, and you can tell that you're going up mountain.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get up first things first.
You know what we could really use? A bard with summon instrument.
Improvise
Hey,
weapon
You're gonna
bitch.
stand up.
Yeah, I'm going to get up
Okay.
because I'm down, obviously. I'm going to run over to the cart where the weapons are because obviously we don't provoke. Fucking, I'm not near anybody.
He's on the other side of the
It's
cards.
not near anyone.
My tactical
I got
advantage.
stabbed, and then the dude walked away because he couldn't get the fucking trident out of me.
You weren't even worth
He
finishing.
stabs you. and then
Literally,
just, like,
I
lets
have
go.
done nothing to provoke these
I'm done.
fuckers except untie somebody and get stabbed. So I'm gonna go over to the weapons and I'm gonna use detect magic to see if I can find my weapons because they have arcane marks on them.
Ooh. You put arcane mark on your weapon?
On my weapon, well, two of my weapons, my armor, and there's one more thing I just don't remember. Oh, my pouch.
Okay. That's very clever. That's a clever use of arcane mark right there.
Always gotta know where my shit is.
Ooh, I have arcane mark.
Your stuff is not in this cart.
Can I detect it anywhere around me in general or no?
With the weasel.
Oh, that would be. Well, it only lasts for like a month on living things.
But the weasel's with the stuff.
Oh,
That's why my
that would be
weasel-
cool.
I'm sensing my weasel getting further and further away.
Oh, no.
So
So I'm
at
assuming it's not near
least
any
we'll
of
be
us.
able to find them. Oh man, it's with your gag.
Arcane mark isn't something that you can detect from range, so it's something that if you could see,
Okay.
it'd be something that you can see.
Yeah, it would just appear on the actual.
Yeah,
items.
it's not like you're homing into it like it's
Okay.
like a homing beacon.
Well, I thought he was using detect magic to find the magic of the mark.
So you're trying to sense the aura on
Oh, I
Mark.
see. So I need to see.
detect magic.
Detect magic's range is a 60-foot cone.
It's really not that far.
Um,
I mean, if I pointed towards the direction of where the carts are coming from, maybe.
Yeah.
Could you be looking for something general as well, like any magic?
It doesn't really need to be a magic weapon. I was just looking specifically for my
so
skill.
one thing you've noticed
Honestly.
is
You'll
that
find a
the,
plus
the,
one mace.
that the platoon of orcs that have been charging towards you,
Yeah,
the carts that they were near are still going away.
yeah.
They haven't stopped leaving.
Yeah, obvious.
Oh, they're like drawn by something.
They're being drawn, and up at the head of their cart was like another orc, and he hasn't stopped. He keeps going.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
My bad. At least we're not getting pummeled by these orcs because of my decision.
Alright, so I'll just grab a random sword then if I'm not going to find my stuff.
You've noticed that the swords have been exhausted.
Naturally.
There's a sword in the mud, and there's a sword in a dude.
Yeah. And there's
I mean, I had the trident next to
I
me,
mean, there are
but I didn't
three-
grab it because it's a two-handed weapon.
There are two swords next to the dude. There's one in the dude, there's one next to the dude, and then there's one like 20 feet away from the dude.
No.
All thrown by Sam.
There's one in the ground, there's one in the dude, and there's one in my
Hey,
hand.
hey, Havoc.
And then there's a
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
axe.
I'm, who is Sam?
Count the names. Count the names.
But I don't think that advanced. There we go.
Sick.
So what do I find in this cart?
Oh, and one for Kobe.
You find some sort of just like some common good canteens, rations, clothes.
I hand him a tinderbox. Here.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Tinder boxes.
Oh, no, I mean I can't cast color spray because I need like.
But there's also some crates that are closed up.
Might as well open them.
We're still in combat.
You can make a strength check to open. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like two orcs.
There's still two orcs left.
Yeah, there's combat happening, and this guy's just like,
Okay.
5. Perfume.
5.
You're not strong enough. You're not strong enough to open up a crate with your bare hands.
Apparently not.
It'll open up your stitches.
Like people are fighting wars.
My magical stitches.
I found some perfume,
If
guys.
there's alcohol in it, you could light it aflame.
Silver, it's your turn. No. Yes.
Yes.
So who's the two enemies? There's two of them, right?
There's two.
Yep.
Well,
Who's
and
the
there's
weapon
one guy
that's
riding
dazed?
away with our stuff.
One guy was dazed and he's already lost his turn. And the other guy is staggered.
Alright, so who's the... I'm next to the guy who's
Stunned, reeling, about to
dazed, or
break.
somewhat next to. I'm like one away, I guess.
You're still in the cart.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And who's engaged in combat with that guy?
With which guy?
The guy who's dazed.
The
Anybody?
guy who was dazed
This doctor.
is Victus and
Muffle.
No, the doctor is engaged with the
Trident.
Trident guy.
Which I thought the Trident guy was stunned now.
He's staggered. He's asking about the guy who was dazed.
So if I was, could I flank the guy who's dazed with anybody?
He is flanked.
He's currently flanked by you two?
Mhm.
Okay. 'Cause I got nothing to fight with. I need a small weapon. I don't know if there's small. Is there any small weapon?
There is a
You
hand
can-
axe in the clavicle of a dead orc.
Which you could
But
use
is that
as a
small
two,
hand
you could
axe?
use it as a two-handed small weapon, right?
Yeah, it's basically a battle axe
It's
for
a,
you.
it's a one-handed medium weapon, so you can use
Wait,
it.
how big are you?
Right?
It would still
Small.
impose it would still
You're
impose
small?
Yeah.
a disadvantage.
He's a kobold.
Of course he's small.
Fantastic. I'm
Okay.
fluffy.
now you aren't the small.
Yeah.
So instead, I guess whose turns after me? With the most recent, you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use aid another.
Oh.
On you. You have to make a 10 attack roll. That's it.
Oh, is it a touch?
Well, it's basically anybody who I'm in. If I'm in melee combat with somebody, I can give somebody else who is also in melee combat with them a bonus. So I'm just gonna do that, but I have really shit attack roll, so I don't do it.
You receive no help.
I just wave my hands in front of a dazed orc.
Thanks.
Being level 1
You can get him now.
Victus.
He's open.
All right. Seeing my newfangled advantage, I attack.
You're flanking. So
Yep.
This is a threatened sneak attack.
I'm gonna get +6. Oh! Not
Confirm
20.
that.
Confirm.
It's all from my help.
No, so you hit him, but you don't.
Yeah.
Just got hit again.
1d6. Right? 1d6.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah.
1d8.
Oh no,
no,
you
did
don't
you
have
take-
underhanded.
No, it's not underhanded. It's Knife Master.
Do you have that at level 1?
Yeah.
That's a level 1.
It's trap finding.
Oh,
It's
you're
an
an
archetype.
archetype.
I know it's an archetype, but
It replaces trap finding. And
Trap
trap
finding
finding
So
is
he's
level
not that
one.
kind of rogue.
I'm that kind of rogue.
all right, you can do a D8 for your dagger sneak attack.
I forgot about that. I have to go look at the other archetypes too. The archetypes combine with the Unchained.
They
Yeah.
can, but sometimes it's a little iffy.
Okay. All right.
Fine.
I'll ask you if I have
4.
questions.
No. 3.
It keeps
Wait.
decreasing.
Aren't you playing a rogue?
Yeah, but I only get that at level 3.
It's level 3, level 1.
No, actually, yeah, you're right. It is
level 1.
It is level 1. So that's not 5. That's 9.
Your strength score is 4. Your wisdom, your dexterity
Dex.
score is 4.
Yeah.
9.
Aha!
Okay.
This took him forever to do.
Has entered into the Mortal Kombat stagger.
Someone put in the input. Come on.
I can't get the circle back.
Quarter circle.
Oh my god.
All I did is just sort of jump up and down in the one place, and nothing happened.
You jump.
I just keep crouching.
That's all I'm doing next to it. Eat another.
Havoc.
Oh, excellent. So leaving, right. So there was a sword in the guy. I did not pick up another sword. There's the sword in the ground. I'm going to leap out of the cart and run over to the sleeping orc with the whip and take the whip.
Okay. So yeah, you can spend your turn doing that.
Yes.
Don't kill him without me!
I've got whip focus, and I'm a hobgoblin. I'm good at whips.
Try and
No, I'm
remove
saying as
the
in
whip
don't
from his
execute.
grip without waking him up.
How dare you? Don't mess up my work.
What kind of check would you want?
Could
for
you
that?
smother him in his sleep?
Something with dexterity.
Like
Because
sleight of
you're
hand.
trying. Yeah, it's like a sleight of hand. Like
Sam,
you're trying
you
to
have
not jostle him.
Do you have a pillow?
Well, I've got a +2.
A
So
stealth
let's see.
check?
It might be stealth. I've got a +4 racial to stealth that I gave up to use whips.
Okay.
Since I'm really good at whips, could I get like a +1 bonus to this?
Just used to
Just roll.
touching them.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. You do it.
14.
You get it.
Yay! I have a whip now.
Whip it.
You have not woken up the orcs.
Cool.
Do you cracks the whip all of them like a
What?
Whips with weapons, or you just use the whip?
I mix and match. Don't worry about it. I'm just really good at tripping people with whips.
Okay.
Okay.
You're a lion tamer. My other weapon is a chair.
Dr. Hippocampus, it's your turn again.
Alright.
That'd be a cool monk
This guy
character.
good
Show
weapon.
lions or something like that, because then you can
Bumper
use his
sticker.
perks for
Other
that.
weapon
There's
is a
cheats
chair.
for improvised weapons, right?
The idea is I'm gonna have.
21? 22?
22 hit. Doesn't hit.
You got it.
Five.
Okay.
Sam, you should get cleats of stomping.
I have cleats.
Perfect.
What a champ.
We are on the same page on it then.
I'm buying cleats.
But you have like climbing cleats? Is that what
They're like ice cleats, because I'm from a frosty area.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Is this another hobgoblin who climbs?
Yes, this is another
Are you
hobgoblin
gonna
who
do something
climbs.
else, Dr. Hippocampus?
Hmm?
Are you going to do something else?
No, I'm just gonna whack this guy.
Okay.
Oh, well, until he's dead.
Yeah. Morgan, it's your turn.
I have two characters, crazy naked people and hobgoblins that climb things.
Come help you wave arms with me at this orc.
Just daze him.
I'm
Chain
gonna-
daze him.
I'm
It's
gonna,
so strong.
I'm gonna daze him again.
You have to daze the other one. Once a creature's been dazed once, it becomes
Yes,
immune to it.
I'm gonna daze the other one that had the
With the, yeah.
Yeah.
Formally traded.
yes. So
Alright.
can he block it?
Natural 20, yes, you can.
Dang it!
But he doesn't become immune?
Not yet. He has to be affected by the spell.
So you
You can also move.
You can't change stuff.
I can also move. Is anyone near me?
No.
Am
Yes.
I'm just next to you.
Volley is next to you.
Is the orc with weapons protruding out of his body near me?
No, he's a cart away. You can move that way.
Is he on the same crescent moon side?
No, he's on the far side.
Okay.
Probably hide under
Yeah.
the cart next to him.
If I move under it, am I putting myself in an
No.
opportunity attack? I will do that and move closer so I can possibly get a weapon.
Okay.
What?
I love the image of your character just scuttling under the...
It's the remaining orcs now.
Shit, it's
they're
ground
one of
bird.
them's going to throw an unarmed attack at you.
Who?
Well,
Doc.
damn it. at
Click it.
The doctor.
Well, he said you. He didn't say...
Campus mind blade.
Yeah, at Dr. Hippocampus. He misses with a natural 1. He's not armed, so he doesn't throw his weapon. I think every time we get a natural 1, it's going to be a weapon throw in this game. So whatever it is, you're going to throw one your weapon.
It's gonna be interesting with me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be nice. That's all I do is throw my weapon.
And then the other one, he just got stabbed in the back by a rogue, so he's going to turn around and he just drops his halberd.
Yeah.
What's your armor class?
Not wearing armor, so 14.
Ooh, misses.
Aha!
Misses you by 1 point.
And then my turn?
It is now your turn.
I have the side of the law.
Batman.
The open ring.
I have the. I yell at him. I have the power of the law.
All you hear is
Are you assist
Am I
me in
helping?
you need to assist in the fighting, not in the compliments.
Come on. You got a
am I
natural
still
20.
flanking?
Yes.
Then that's
I'm already
2 plus
that natural 20 you got.
1,
So why not stop it?
14, and 13.
Or 12. Yeah. One of them hits. One of them hits.
better than a 2.
I'm choosing
Come
a
on, get a
different
3
D6.
this
Come
time.
on!
Hey,
There
5.
we go.
5?
Yes, I used a different D6 that time.
This one is dead. So you've thrown like several like short jabs at him. You're just like Rockied him. He's now ready to go, and then you just clock him in the chin, and he goes down. Ding ding ding.
The spit.
Yeah.
Ew, gross.
I am the greatest.
And now it's your turn again, Volley.
Alright. I know there's a sword on the ground that he accidentally dropped.
Yeah, there's one planted into the mud.
Can I grab that from the cart? Or do I have to get down?
You have to get out of the cart.
It's all the way down in the mud.
Yep.
It's deep mud.
Well, it's not hard to pull it out of the mud, but you would have to get down to the mud.
Alright, yeah, I'll drop down, grab the sword, and then can I make it over to attack?
In one turn?
No. Because you're effectively drawing this weapon from the ground.
You can get close and be flanking, so that way other people can roll in, let's say.
Yeah, you could do that.
How
entire
hurt
game
is this
just-
one?
He's hurt.
Can I tell if he's
Dark
hurt?
Souls.
It's so Dark Souls.
It looks like it. Yeah, he's staggered.
And we're backstabbing them too.
Yeah.
Roll in, backstab, roll out. Estes.
And I've got a god on my side. I don't know. There's not really a god of laws. No, there is. The Sin Crow lady.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna cast Ray of Frost.
Always
at
like.
him, okay. Which
I know you
there's
have
no saving
sinned.
throw, so it's just
It is merely human.
It's a ranged touch attack, I think.
yeah. So 1 and 2 is 1, 3 and 4 is.
Well, you have to roll still, do you?
Oh yeah, I do. You're right.
Yeah, ranged touch attack.
The ray has to touch his body.
I don't even
Got
know. I'm at 14.
Yeah, you got
So
him.
17.
You can.
Yeah.
You can deal 1d3 points.
It's just a 1.
1.
Make him a little frosty.
Woo! A little bit of a freezy breeze.
I didn't get him back for the fucking
Yes.
stab through.
So you tag him with a ray of frost. You're just like. Does ray of frost require a component? No, it doesn't. Verbal and somatic. You can cast that spell.
That's all I got right now.
Yeah, you basically just gave him minty breath.
Yep.
It's curiously strong.
Silver.
So we still. Oh, the guy that we were fighting is dead.
down.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, we're transferring to the next guy.
So
Just one
where's the next guy?
Right
Right
next to
next
him.
He's next to him. Yeah.
Then can I flank him?
Yeah, you can move to flank him.
Pivot and help.
I mean, I don't have a weapon, so I have to help. I'll help you.
Oh, I'm like 25 feet away. I'm nowhere near
Yeah,
it.
who's your-
You could
flank?
flank with Dr. Hippocampus.
Is he in range for me? Because I was next to. Like, we'd assume this is the diagonal square.
It's effectively diagonal for you. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna flank with Hippocampus.
Yep.
I'm gonna help out the doc.
Sure.
I help out the doc.
Okay.
So you not only have flanking, but also a +2 to attack.
Yeah, you've got +2 on your next action.
Cool. So you'll +2 from flank, +2 from.
So now it's Victus.
Okay. Am I flanking now?
It's the old. I'll get behind you. Push
No, they're flanking
Tabletop.
and you're left out.
Can I acrobat
go to
into
stab,
the
you
spot
shove
that's
in the back.
flanking?
No.
Can you 5-foot step that?
Well, he could 5-foot step in, but
You won't be.
not into a flanking position.
Could you scooch?
No, it's alright. It's already done. The deed's done, son.
Alright. I guess
Move on.
I'm just gonna.
Just attack.
I'm just gonna attack him. Just regular roll.
Use that little pointy.
So I
dagger
5-foot
of
step in.
Yep.
And step.
Imagine we didn't have the dagger on him. We'd all
Imagine
still
you
be-
didn't sleep there.
I mean, we don't even know what we were
We
doing.
probably would have gotten to
Could've-
like a plot location where we would have gotten some exposition.
Yeah.
Instead, this
So we
fucker
break out
caused
early.
problems.
That is a 17.
You hit him.
Cool.
Yeah, you can all thank me later.
4 plus 4. 8.
He's dead.
Cool.
3 hours later, the orcs are dead.
So there are now 3 dead orcs. One of them that got ran over a while ago.
How does he look?
You don't know. You can't see him. Then
Oh.
there's 4 sleeping orcs.
I'm gonna do a quick perception and then knowledge local to see
And
if
also, you guys can see that the cart that has other things on it is off in the distance.
It
I
can't be
was
that
going to
far.
do after grabbing the whip, in either case, was run after that cart.
You're going to sprint after it.
Sprint as fast as I can. Just
You're not that
double
fast
move
monk
action.
this
Just
time.
by yourself.
So you see the gray man sprint after the cart with a whip in his hand.
I got a.
I'm gonna also shout, "They've got my yak!"
I got a 17 on my perception and a knowledge local.
Who's strong? 'Cause
21
you
on
want me to
my
open
knowledge local.
the stuff that's in the cart
Well, I'm
right
strong.
now?
I just fucked up on
Okay,
my
So
well,
you can tell where you are. You know that you're west of Portanova. If you had taken one of the main roads west out of Portanova, you would have been heading towards the mountain range. And you've gone that way. However, you've diverted off of the main road, which it's a paved, like cobbled road. You've diverted from that road, and it seems like you could orient yourself that you're now heading north, like northwest into the mountain range.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to approach the sleeping orcs.
Okay.
And start slitting throats.
Okay, you can do
Before each one, I always say, "Your sentence is death."
Okay, yeah, you can make a 4-round action to do these coup de grace.
Okay.
So roll the damage, and then I'll make a fortitude save. One of these guys is going to wake up mad.
It's also auto crit because it's.
I grabbed the,
So it's
the
double.
halberd.
Do I roll double or just
You roll double.
You roll double d4s, but not double d6s. Your sneak attack damage is precision damage. It does not get critical.
Yes.
I grabbed the halberd.
Do I also do double dex damage?
Can I pick up a weapon
yes.
as well
Okay.
and start going through the cart?
You may.
Okay. Do we have to roll to be able to open up these?
If you have a tool to open them, you don't.
Okay, I'd like to use the little axe to pry them
Yeah, you
open.
can use the axe to open these.
What's in them?
I'm still standing.
And what's their
in
names?
this first crate, you find all of the equipment that Silver has written down on his page.
Silver, you owe me. So I
Oh,
start
shit.
yelling out the contents.
Do I know?
Is there anything distinguishing about your stuff?
Well, that's a good question. It's made by me.
It's masterwork and quality.
Right. What stuff do you have? What did I yell out here?
I got a
there's
14
breastplate.
damage.
There's
Breastplate,
There's
On the damage?
a buckler.
buckler, squaw,
Heavy mace.
heavy mace.
Also,
squaw.
everything's the mace is small. So it's
small.
I would know that.
So you slit this one's throat.
So yeah, no, I immediately go over and I start like just taking everything out of them.
Can I use detect magic on the carts that are still approaching to see if I
There are no carts approaching. They're going
fuck,
away.
I'm running with him then. If that's the case, because I know my stuff's not here.
Yeah.
I'm taking the sword, by the way, that was down in the mud.
Next box.
Okay, so you crack open the next box, and you find some things in there that don't seem to have any like assembly to them. They just seem to be random components, and you suspect they belong to the people in the other cart who are still bound.
I start
Oh, yeah.
unbinding the people in the cart.
Okay.
Oh, good for you. Thank you.
He's a paladin.
Yeah, this is the difference between us two. Until I'm executing.
How did this make you feel? This experience?
I approach the next
I'm
orc.
offering them psychiatric help. I have like little cards.
I approach the next orc,
He didn't take the cards from you.
and I say, "Your punishment is death as well."
All right.
He's gonna wake him up by yelling at him.
Another
No, it's
damage roll.
Oh, how
Cry
many,
Havoc isn't seeming so bad now.
how many containers? Just
4.
so-
There's 4.
And I got one.
You've
two.
done 2.
5 plus 3 plus 4.
Plus 4 again, because it's 12.
Yeah.
Actually, you're using a dagger, which is that times 2? Dagger?
Yes.
Yes.
Look, look.
19,
You
20
healed
times
me.
2.
Now I found
No,
your
yeah,
stuff.
no, I'm your friend now. You found my. I was about to get
I'm
real
just
pissed.
We want to know how we became
8
friends. This
plus
is
5, which is 13.
I mean,
plus
effectively,
3,
you
which is
opened up,
16.
called it out, and I just like ran up and pushed it down. I was like, oh, wow.
He dies.
Cool.
What am I gonna do with a small mace?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it to the next one.
It's also everything's
All right,
called. The
roll again.
breastplate,
Am I
it's
catching
like
up to
everything
that
is tailored to
card?
my character.
At a sprint. Do you have the
Just
run
like-
feat?
A
I do not have
child's
the run feat.
armor.
You're catching up.
Cobalt! It's a cobalt armor.
And behind you can hear the muddy footsteps of another person as well.
15.
He dies.
Next one.
Okay.
Next,
There's
next,
one more.
Yep.
I was gonna say
And you
next
can open up the
container.
next cart.
Let's do it.
Yep.
I know my stuff's not here.
It's even higher. 17.
He's dead.
Cool.
You needed to do 13 or less for them to have a chance. Because it's 10 plus the damage. Yeah.
Do I notice any of them have Small weapons?
Small size weapons?
God?
No.
Any knives?
Yes.
Cool. I grab
Check for hidden blades.
I grab a knife.
You're gonna find one of those. I promise you. The next time I dungeon master, you're gonna come back around and you'll find a hidden blade up a butt.
All right.
No doubt about it.
I grab one of the knives and I yell to. Do I recognize his race?
Technically, we already had a hidden
Do you
blade
have
of some-
knowledge?
of somebody's butt this section.
No.
No.
Okay. Scaly thing. Kobold. I throw the knife at you. To you.
I catch it.
Should I make it? I'm gonna make it dex.
It's an
To be honest,
underhanded...
actually, in this context, I wouldn't even turn around because I'm putting on my armor.
Yeah, you're going through your things.
Yeah,
so
I've
the
already
knife
started-
just goes by and like clinks
Well,
into
no,
the
okay.
into like the box that you're looting, and you do a quick turn, and this guy's like standing there covered with blood, and he's just sort of like
thumbs up.
Several throat slit corpses at his feet.
Sicko! Thank you!
Lord Rictus is a forgiving man.
Yeah, he throws you a dagger that's
No,
one
he's
size
not.
too large.
One size too large?
Yeah, it's a medium-sized dagger.
It just sails right by me.
It goes into the crate that you're looting.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
I guess I'll
I will.
I mean, I have my mace now.
So the other crate that
Oh.
you open up,
I'm
I
gonna
thought you
take
didn't
that
have a
knife,
weapon.
though, just
Sorry.
letting you
They
know.
pried open
Because I
my
can
crate.
throw that.
Okay. I was over here slitting throats, so I didn't see that.
the other crate that
Role
Morgan
playing.
opens up has
I was so
more
into it.
sort of just miscellaneous junk in it.
Right. Of these
that the
two,
knife that was
I have
used?
one more to open. Hold on, one more, and then I have a
Covered.
question for you.
That's just the one I stole.
And the final crate that you open up seems to have a bunch of food.
Food. Fabulous. Okay. I throw things.
Mhm.
In these three carts,
Mhm.
anything that can be thrown that's relatively deadly, even if it's
The
like,
dagger.
I've grabbed that. Because you said it's miscellaneous gear, so I don't know if it's like mirrors or like...
Broken mirrors.
Do you have
Yeah.
throw anything? There's a feat that lets you throw
Every-
anything.
So,
Every mirror
next
that
level.
Morrigan
2 levels.
comes
Yeah, more
across,
levels.
she just breaks immediately. She's a bird.
She pecks it.
There are bottles.
You son of a bitch!
There are bottles that you reckon would be decent enough for throwing, but you know that they wouldn't be effective for throwing.
Okay.
There's no weapons in here that are good for throwing. You know
Okay.
that.
Other than that dagger, I think.
Alright, so I've grabbed the dagger. It's too big for my new cobalt friend. Which, by the way, I have nature knowledge. Knowledge nature. So I'm able to identify.
Yeah, you can tell he's a kobold.
We both look at each other. We understand.
Beast.
Care to run?
Oh, I'm putting on my armor.
Alright.
You know
It's
one
gonna
thing about
take
kobolds is they
confidence.
don't move as... Oh, wait, actually, no, kobolds do have the same movement.
Except with my armor on, it's 20.
Okay.
But yeah, I do, for a small creature, move abnormally quick.
So we've got two people running after the cart, in like a dead sprint down this muddy road, and before too long the mud sort of gives way to like rock, so like you're going uphill.
So I've gone from running quite well to sending up sparks with my cleats, or did they take my cleats?
You weren't wearing cleats, that's for sure. Yeah, that you're pretty much barefoot. Yeah.
So this is so yeah. Okay, cool. Whatever. Let's go.
I free the people. I
Yeah.
find like the oldest person,
Sure.
oldest adult. And I tell him, take the bodies, pile them up. I'll be back to examine them later. And I start running. I grab a pair of their boots. I put on boots. You said
Takes a
well,
dead man's
Yeah.
boots. Awesome.
I take his boots.
You fall.
Doesn't even fit him.
Immediately.
I put the sword in my belt or something. Say, let's get them
Oh, that's
onward.
right. I have a
Let's examine them. And I start sprinting.
Pile the dead bodies.
Okay.
Wait, the
So
boots.
you
We need to figure out why they died.
You haul down the road as well. There's
I
now
guess
three
I'll-
of you running down the road
I'll
in
sprint
sequence.
Has he started
I'll
running
sprint
yet?
after as well.
Okay, so you two are next.
I just love it. No, wait.
I'll probably ride last.
make this
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about the law?
I want to talk to you about why you killed them.
They violated the law.
This is interesting. We'll have a discussion later.
There's nothing to discuss. There's violating the law, and there's not violating the law. It's a pretty simple binary.
Where have you gotten these laws from?
Why? I've gotten them from Rictus of the immortal law.
Oh.
It's his law.
I know them by heart.
Before long,
Yep.
Havoc is within
Slavery is against
throwing
law.
reach
Do you need
of
more
the
healing?
orc driver.
Like a stone's throw, one might say.
Yeah, like a
I could
stone's
use
throw.
more healing for sure.
In specific
I got
situations,
three.
slavery is perfectly okay. It's very arbitrary, but not.
I would like to take
It
a
only
look
seems
and see
arbitrary.
if there's. I would like to take a look and see if there's anybody on this cart, like an orc, driving it, or there's guards here, perhaps. Ascertain the threat. One might
There's an
say.
orc driver, and there are no other guards.
Okay. Then I would like to make a trip attack with my whip in an attempt to pull him off of the cart.
What's the reach of the whip?
It's a reach weapon, so 10 feet.
It's a 10-foot reach. Yeah, I reckon you can do that if you spend your turn moving.
Yeah, I'll move up and do that. Oops. And I have a +1 to this, so it's +5. I roll a natural 1.
So you
I just crack
roll
really
the whip.
firmly in the
You
air.
crack the whip and it just it leaps out of your hand.
Damn!
Every time it's gonna be, and the whip just like snakes across the air, just sort of like does like a spiral. And the orc driver, he's got like a weird mishmash of creatures. He's got your yak driving the thing. That's why he's not moving very fast. He's just sort of he has weird animals pulling the cart.
He's got our animals pulling the cart.
Yeah,
So the yak is a
like an anaconda that's like slithering on the ground pulling the cart.
It's
like,
the
it
yak
doesn't
and the
work
weasel.
out.
I have a wheel and a goat as well that I can be pulling.
Our weasel's tied up, but it doesn't do it.
Yeah, so I just throw this whip by him. He turns and looks at me, and I'm like, I gesture towards my dick and say, "Cry havoc, bitch." I just want him to stop.
He doesn't stop. He mushes his menagerie. He mushes his menagerie, and you keep going. You're still trying to catch up.
Am I at the back of the cart?
No, you're between. You're in the middle, so it's like cart, havoc, you, and then
Back.
Those two.
I mean, they're way far back because
Doctor
it's time on
Hippocampus
hooking people.
and Victus.
They
I can't believe I threw my whip.
Can I use detect magic now to see if my stuff's on there? Because I should be close enough.
Yeah, you're
now.
close enough, and you can tell.
is my
My
weasel
ship's
getting
there?
closer?
Yeah, your arcane marks are showing up.
I threw my whip even with weapon-focused whip.
Yeah, I'm getting
You were really
Natural
focused.
ones. Natural ones are throwing weapons now.
I need the armor.
I like it.
Armor.
We need to add a magic weapon that will
Literally
explode.
eliminate
No, that will
That's right.
shatter if ever
No,
thrown.
18.
I
Fucking
love
wrecked
it
because
with
of
your
it.
stuff because it was just in one tiny little.
It's a lunchbox.
Oh, hey, does anyone have any armor?
Oh, look, it's for a plate. Oh. There you go.
It's like a dollhouse.
Well, she's thinking, oh, I got armor for my weasel. Oh.
All right.
Am I any closer to my weasel? Do I feel?
Did you run after the cart?
Me and. Hold on.
You guys don't know each other's names yet. No one's introduced themselves.
Yeah.
That's okay. We have a mutual understanding. Me and my new friend here. I seem to be taking up the rear.
Okay, so you and Silver.
Yes, me and
So you guys are at the very end because he's moving at a 20-foot speed because he's just spent like a minute and a half putting his armor on.
I'm gonna conceal my knife while I'm running.
Where?
Okay.
I'm wearing monk's robes.
Yeah, he's got like tattered robes. He's gonna just put it back wherever he got it.
It's in a robe, and I can hide it. There are pockets inside of the robe.
Nature's pocket.
Just ask the knight.
No, it's a knife.
The hairy man knows.
And
That's not this campaign.
I know.
before too long, you get Volley have a chance to get up to the cart.
Does
And
Sam
you
get
can-
a chance to
you can
pick up
buy
his
a thing.
A very angry hobgoblin weaponless.
Can
Yeah.
Sam try to pick up his whip?
On
the
On my
way?
turn, wait for
Yeah,
it.
wait
How
until-
many cards
Also,
are left?
my name's Havoc.
It's
Sorry.
like two.
Havoc.
So it's the driver, some stuff in the driver's cart, and then another stuff cart.
Which one is mine in? Because I should be able to detect which
It's
one.
in the cart that's behind the driver's.
Naturally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Can I climb up through the? No, fuck it. I'm just gonna run up towards them and try to cut the rope in between the driver and the carts.
Okay. Make an attack action. Yeah, what's your weapon? Do you have one? You have
Yeah,
sword?
I grabbed the one that
sword.
you dropped.
Yeah, the mud sword.
Yeah, that's right.
The mud. Oh god,
I pictured a
I'm
really
gonna
I pictured a really good like kind of animated
Mud sword
scene where
returns
it's like
to the
him
mud.
like yanking the sword out of the mud, and the mud is like trailing behind him as he just sort of picks up speed. Yeah, you
totally
can make an
doing the
attack.
anime run.
Are you proficient with sword? Long
Yes.
sword? Long sword?
Not long sword. No.
Stop dragging the sword.
Simple
Looks
weapons
cool.
and martial weapons.
You're
Martial
proficient
weapons.
with martial weapons?
Yeah, good.
But I didn't roll great. I rolled like a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
You hit.
Oh,
So you can, you cut through. What's your strength modifier?
+3.
Yeah, you cut through it. And that cart sort of like veers off and hits a rock, and all the stuff comes tumbling out of it. But it just sort of crashes into the ground, and now all that stuff is
Stopped.
spread out on the ground and stopped.
I when I do it, I was like, go after the animals, and I stopped to grab my shit. I did what I came here to do.
So you are now able to collect your stuff. Your inventory is restored.
Yeah! I'm not worthless.
You don't have your armor on. So you gotta spend time.
I mean, is he still going, or did he stop because of what I just did?
He didn't stop. He still goes. He's
Okay,
still
no, then I'm going to start putting my stuff on.
Okay.
So
If he's not stopping, I'm not caring.
All right.
Volley gets his gear.
And then
Everyone else.
Dr. Hippocampus and Victus are sort of leading the trail, and they get up to sort of you, and then they get up to Havoc, and Havoc gets this. You. They get up to Havoc, and Havoc gets another turn. So you can cover some ground, and then try something else. The whip is now like kind of buried in the mud, so you could pick it up, but it would take your movement. It would take your movement to pick it up.
But then can I use a standard action to move after this guy still?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. Okay.
So you now got like this drippy, muddy. Actually, you're on the rock now, so it's not muddy.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Then
Good job, PhysX.
Dr. Hippocampus and Victus, you are now covering enough distance to get up.
Euphoria engine.
You're now covering enough. Shut up. You're now covering up.
Joe
enough
knows what I'm
distance
talking about.
to get up to the stone's throw reach kind of range.
Havoc is a physics engine. I'm going to do an acrobatics check to try to jump onto the cart.
Yeah.
Okay. Do it. Can I do a stealth?
No, you can't.
I can't stealthily.
No.
Fine. They can't know you're there before you stealth. So they know that you're there.
That would be a 13.
You get up onto the cart. Cool.
And then I'm going to move up behind the orc.
Sure.
Do I have enough? Did I use up my standard action doing this?
No, you can jump as part of your movement, and I'm going to say that you had enough movement to get there.
Okay. So I get up behind him and I fucking stab him in the back of the head.
All right. This is not a sneak attack. He's aware of you.
Yeah.
You can just stab him.
I yell out like.
You yell sneak attack.
But is he sitting? Is he still sitting?
No, I think I yell.
He's sitting, but
So he's flat. Is he flat-footed then?
no.
Wait, we were flat-footed.
You're not flat-footed when you're sitting. You're not flat-footed when you're prone.
How do you dodge when you're sitting?
You kind of like.
I don't think that's.
You go to the side.
I think you have to be in a battle stance in order to have.
He's aware.
Okay.
He's denied his dex because he's sitting.
I yell.
He's
to
not
him.
denied his dexterity bonus.
I yell at him.
Yeah.
Rictus judges you harshly.
All right, roll.
Just roll the 10.
I'm gonna be a character that sits now.
You hit him.
Just scoots across the ground on his ass. He's gonna be a monk.
So 7 damage.
Is he-
This guy enters the Mortal Kombat staggered state.
I imagine he doesn't like switch animations. He's just suddenly standing.
Okay. Leading up the rear is Morgrim and Silver, who are.
What about the doctor?
Hang on. Morgrim and Silver, who are still just too far away to have any impact on this encounter. And Dr. Hippocampus and Victus. Victus just got a chance to go. Dr. Hippocampus is now within
Did somebody hold it?
action range.
I attempt to get close enough to use my halberd and trip him out of the cart.
You're going to make a trip attempt?
Yes.
It works really well for me.
A 1.
Okay, you can make a trip attempt.
Try to trip the cart.
13 plus CMB, is it?
Yeah.
17.
Okay. Oh, 17. You get him. I thought he had to roll against that, but he doesn't. He's just got a combat maneuver defense because Pathfinder has made that really easy.
Let's hook him with.
Yeah,
CMD is back.
CMD is in. So you hook him off of the cart, and he like plants into the ground. He takes 1 non-lethal damage. But he's now on the ground, and the animals stop moving after he stops.
Mushing.
Mushing.
The weasel can rest.
You got bluff versus smarter.
Guys, I really hope
Thanks. It might actually be
He said
combat
it was
maneuver, but I think it's bluff
wrapped
versus.
up
It is
in
bluff.
ropes,
Yeah.
so-
It's definitely bluff.
Well, yeah, but I was wondering what's the defense check?
I think it's sensible. So you've hooked him off of his cart. Yeah. And the cart stops. Now it is. Mofo's turn. Mofo hasn't. He's moving up. He's
For
in
sure.
So you get up to the orc who's face planted into the ground, and the cart has come to a stop.
It's a punching time.
Just twist his neck.
Wait, he's prone,
Yep.
Yep, he's prone.
but I still have to hit him.
You still have to hit.
Okay. Five plus 1, 6, and a 14. I'm guessing I don't get him with the 6.
You don't have a full attack action here because you have to move up to him.
Okay. I should just reroll 1.
No, okay. Reroll 1. Just 1. What'd you get?
6 plus 1, 7.
I mean, technically, doesn't he have?
No, you missed.
Doesn't have?
Hmm.
I can't think of the word now.
Flanking?
No. It works differently in this game. Never mind.
Yeah, there's no advantage in
Yeah,
this.
there's no advantage.
Oh, no, yeah. No. He has an advantage in the form of
I mean, he's flat-footed. Yeah.
yeah. His he gets a +4 to hit him.
Yeah.
But he missed. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. He's not actually flat-footed, which sucks, because that's how I wanted to get my sneak attacks with my Fury of Blows, because I wanted to trip it and then sneak attack on the next hit.
You'll have to feint.
Yeah. So now I have to... But I wanted to do it so I could do it as part of the standard action, but...
All improved? Yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay.
Alright, now it's Haddock's turn.
Cool. So this guy's on the ground.
Yep.
It looks like he's being taken care of. I can't deal lethal damage with my whip until my next level. I think maybe 3rd level. I'm not sure.
Can't you just with a -4 to attack do lethal damage with any weapon?
No, you can do non-lethal with a lethal weapon with that check.
I thought it was flipped for non-lethal weapons.
What the heck? I'm upset. He's taken my yak. He's made me run. He's tied me up. I'm just gonna start whipping this guy and cussing him out. Just fuck you, orc, you orcish piece of shit. Hobgoblins are the superior monster race. Gray, not green. Damn you! And I'm gonna just hit him over and over with this whip, which is 1 time.
Which is 1 time for this 6 seconds.
He's prone.
Oh, plus what?
4.
Oh, 14.
You hit him.
And that's a 1d3 plus 3 non-lethal damage. It's a 4 non-lethal damage.
Okay, so you whip him while he's on the ground and he's still conscious. So you Doctor Hippocampus and also Mofo watch this orc get whipped while he's on the ground, and the whip crack is really sharp, and this orc just like cries out.
And I'm really getting into it because I'm full hobgoblin in this moment. I'm like, you all exist to be our slaves, like crazy, like batshit.
I approach Sam from behind and I pat him on the back and I say, "Please, let me take care of this."
Yeah, this orc's on the ground and he hasn't gotten up. He's beaten and he's effectively submitted, but you can't understand what he's saying. So he's just speaking in orc.
Oh,
and
I cast
comprehend
Comprehend
languages.
languages.
So that way I can tell him in his own language that I'm killing him.
You got it.
All right, so you understand what he's saying. He says, "No more whipping, no more tripping."
All right, I get over him with the knife and I say, "Rictus has stared into your soul, and he's been found wanting."
I'm more edgy
Stab
than
him in
you.
the throat.
Damn you, I'm more edgy. That's the real.
There's
crux
nothing
of
more
this.
edgy than the sharp sword of the law.
You can make an attack roll.
Told you to give me
I start whipping you.
Ah!
Oh, I love it.
Nat 20.
You can confirm that.
Yeah.
You get him. You critically stab.
Kill.
Fucking. All right.
Yep.
I did it.
You don't have to do a sneak attack.
Oh. Well, that's
I mean, technically, you
8
might be
plus
flanking.
3.
Wasn't this guy on the ground?
11 damage.
No.
Yeah. Cool.
When you're prone, you don't provoke sneak attacks.
But you're flat-footed.
No, you're not flat-footed. You take a -4 to your AC for melee and a +4 to your AC for ranged.
You can sneak attack someone who's prone.
No, but they know where you are, so they're just gonna like roll, I guess.
Well, that's not. It doesn't matter.
Do I find a reason
It matters
while
if you
I'm
have, like
getting
you can
dressed?
feint somebody and sneak attack them.
Just
yeah, but
curious.
that's because they're not expecting it. They're expecting it.
Now
They're just on the
blinded
ground.
by your form. You said
No.
getting
Look, man,
I
think you can.
I'm not going to wear those in
There might be
bags. I'll
feats
put
for
on
you.
my nice
I
trousers.
don't know.
So what I saw online
Two
was there's a
things.
weapon.
One group of
there's
people
a special
talk at a
weapon
time.
which, when you trip with this special broadsword, it renders the target flat-footed instead of prone.
Oh.
So there's a specific weapon you can use, but you can't feat into denying dex bonus for being prone.
So 2 things. One, Duffy, your shirt is inside out.
No, it's not.
That's just the style.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's just.
It's just
The cloth
this
is like
way.
this.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And then
Two, Liam's an idiot.
no, I've.
This is personal.
Well, actually, it's 2 because I did it as well. But we've been in a dodgeball match in which I've dodged dodgeballs while prone.
That is true.
Because you have a +4 bonus against.
Yeah.
It's against range.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is why I was able to roll for like 40 feet on this
We're
dodgeball.
also on trampolines, so.
Yeah.
Do I find a weasel?
In this card, that's
The one that I took
yeah,
out.
you do.
Yeah, we
It's
start
like
looking.
it's in like a little like chicken box, and it's like screeching and scratching.
I let him out.
Do I find my dog?
All right.
Thank you.
It sprints down the road towards the other caravans that you guys work from.
Right.
My
I grab all my stuff, clean myself off.
Do I
walk out.
find my dog?
What?
Do I find my dog?
Your dog's your dog's here.
Cool.
All your stuff is recovered.
Yay.
I
Do we actually get there? Like, and no one's stolen our stuff?
Yeah, you guys.
Well, you have your
Why?
stuff.
Why was my stuff in a different?
Because yours was so small, I didn't have to get rid of the
yours
space.
was like smaller. So
But it was just like mine was the only one there. What if we never checked that I ran? I guess you would just put in this.
All right. I find my guard dog, Grictus, and
Jeez.
I take my knife and I cut the ear of the orc off and toss it to the dog.
Oh, if we're still doing the edgy competition, this whole time my hands have been tattooed Darth Maul red.
Damn you!
Both of them.
You win this round. Havoc.
Oh my goodness.
okay.
I think trying to out-edge each other is more fun than anything else in this game.
So you guys finally.
I'm not going to be edgy, he said.
So you guys finally come to a.
Sometimes you just have to embrace it.
You guys
You
finally
either
come
live
to.
long enough to become.
Hit him with lightning.
God says.
Oh, that's
I have evasion.
That's your
No, you
job.
don't.
No, you don't.
All right, you take 10 plus 4, 14 lightning
I
damage.
need healing.
Okay,
We'll let you wait it out a bit.
so you guys have finally come to a draw in the action of this scene. You finally have a moment to catch your breath. You can see all the way down the hill is the other cart where there's a group of pedestrians piling up the bodies.
Why did we have them do that?
As Dr. Hippocampus Mind Sword, which is MS. Mind Blade? No, I thought it was Mind Blade. MD, which is close to MD. I don't know.
Here he comes.
MS would be a Master's of Science.
And you finally have a moment to catch your breath.
I'm gonna go over to the extremely edgy rogue. I'm gonna clasp his hand in a
And we
manly
both flex.
a manly flex close-up biceps, and I say, "You are like."
Havoc, you son of a bitch.
You don't know my name.
My name is Victus.
Victus.
Gulf.
I'm Havoc.
Want to vanquish evil together?
Oh, big this with a D.
Dr. Hippocrates
I will consider
is
that.
frantically digging for his notebook while he sees this going on.
You find it.
And he's writing. I'm writing down notes.
Okay.
I'm making a psych profile of both of them.
All right. You notice one thing. Do you have knowledge nature at all? No, I already asked you that.
No knowledge nature.
All right.
Who healer is hurt? if I do channel divinity to all of us.
We killed this orc. We didn't knock him unconscious, right?
No, I
No, there's dead.
Okay,
Then-
cool.
okay.
They're all
So I can heal
We don't
anyone
need to
in
worry
a
about
mass healing.
rezzing any enemies.
Yes, it's 60 feet of healing. You'll be in it. I promise you. Nice. 30 feet. I'm sorry. 3 plus.
This is my dog. His name is Cryptus.
I don't care. I'm so edgy. You.
You're going to show the penis length soon. I can tell.
Nah,
coming.
penises are
That
very
only
itchy.
comes up if our characters end up being naked.
And that's only if your penises are pierced.
What?
Yeah. Oh.
That's not a rule.
So is it 5?
It might just be me.
Prince
Or
Robert.
I have to roll and then add 5.
What?
to
Prince
it to
Albert.
see if
You,
it
you
hits.
roll the
In a
1d6
can?
That's one of them.
plus.
That's one of the names for a
It's
pierced penis.
this plus
Prince
that,
Albert.
which
That's
is
the number of
5.
times you can do it.
Okay. Okay.
So you roll the 1d6, and that's how much healing they get.
5 times 2.
It's not much healing because it's an area of effect, and it's pretty
Yes.
and it's to everybody.
Okay.
It gets better at higher levels, though.
Good thing none of us are undead.
Right,
Ooh!
we get 6 points of healing. Yay!
Almost back to max.
That's still pretty good for low level characters.
How does
I can
healing
do it
cure
4 more times,
non-lethal
too.
damage? Does it just go away?
Yeah, I think it does. I think non-lethal damage just goes away when you get healed.
I'm glad I never got hit in that combat because I would have fallen unconscious very quickly.
Do I
I just
need to
never
do it
got hit.
again?
Because at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Shut up, you!
Monks have the advantage
Oh!
in prison escapes. Every time.
I go up to Victus, and I pull out a card. What do you see?
Oh, it's a.
I
it's
see a
ink-blot.
recently bloodied face.
Yes.
There's like a thing of blood coming down from his mouth, and it appears that he's surrounded by the angels of Rictus, the god of law.
Now, why do you suppose he's dead?
Oh, he's not dead.
Oh.
He's just really bloody.
Oh. Why?
Because he's probably enforced the law recently, and it comes with scars, and so the angels are just blessing him for his actions.
Oh, so the angels bless him for causing violence in the name of the god.
Yes, that's kind of his shtick.
I write this down.
This isn't psychological. This is religion, man.
I have none. Well, actually, do you want to know his religion?
Do you have knowledge of religion?
I do.
Yes, you do.
Silver,
Oh,
I'd like
do
to
it,
introduce
Silver.
myself to you.
We control 4% of the population.
It's arbitrary.
I said, having put on my wood armor.
Your wood armor?
Wood
You
armor.
just have like logs.
I guess I'm going to start putting on armor. My
Your armor is very
leather, like old.
Thank you. It's
black
lightweight,
leather.
like me.
Oh, that's
I have
that's
hollow
pretty
bones.
edgy. I've only got
Wow.
4 mirror armor, which is
Oh,
like a circular plate here, triangular plate
It's
here.
black
circular.
studded leather.
Oh,
yeah. But forget about it.
the ball's
Never
back
mention
in your
I was a
court,
cold
but I'll
ever
get it
again.
back soon.
I'm gonna wear this hood.
The spiky ball is back in your
I hope
coat.
everyone forgets.
I put on my bladed cestus and my scissor.
Ah, shit. No, your skizor.
My skizzer. So I
Take-
bladed fists.
Can you take 10 disguise checks?
Yeah.
All right. I'm assumed to be doing that at all points.
Okay.
When I can.
Sure.
And I have all my stuff on my
Yeah.
hood up.
What's your disguise bonus?
It's plus 7.
I'd like to
Can I
say
help
that
him
I know
on
him
disguise?
for what he truly is.
Get away from me.
Smear some blood on your face.
I wave my hands once for you, and that's all you're gonna get.
That's not helping.
I then go to the pile of bodies. I pick out the one with the most intact head.
They all have intact heads. It's more necks.
Yeah, none of them. Actually, that's not quite true. One of them got really kind of.
Oh yeah, one
bludgeoned.
got bludgeoned and one got
And
run
that's the
over.
one that, yeah, boom, boom, boom.
I just start picking out the nicest looking one, the one.
The ripest looking head.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I pull them out. I lay them on the ground. I pull out a pair of gloves. And I do my little thing for OCD, sterile. I put them on. I pull out some tools and I start cutting his head open.
Okay.
I think he's won the edgy category.
So while he's doing that,
That's just
It's
weird.
a three-way edge contest.
I need to. Is there any information I can glean from these orcs, like their motives or anything, or is there anything not like? Does this happen?
Do you have knowledge nature?
Yeah, I got knowledge of everything.
Yeah, you understand. Or do you have a rank in each one?
Yes.
You understand that these orcs are doing this because it's sort of part of their nature. They like to maraud. They like to raid. They like to capture slaves. They're just sort of chaotic in nature, and what they were doing most likely here was capturing these slaves, their stuff, and then bringing it back to their hideout.
Amateurs.
Yes. Do you want to know what my fetish is?
No,
It's-
I do not.
It's edging.
I get it. It was a pun, ladies and gentlemen.
I-
Nobody's laughing.
The edgiest of fetishes.
I'd like to point out that I'm not being creepy about doing this. I'm very methodical.
Yeah.
If the people are near me,
That's even
I like-
edgier.
I'm explaining what I'm doing as I'm doing. It's like I'm making the first incision. I'm very carefully cutting the skull
Same
around
as
to
our
remove
problem.
the brain intact.
Practice.
I'm examining
just
all
for
the different
fish.
parts.
Yes.
The frontal and parietal lobes.
What are you gonna get out of this?
It's all notes. I have to.
You mean all notes?
That's it. Just the
That
notes.
doesn't answer my question.
It's part of my research.
Of what? The brains of an orc?
Well, yes, I'm looking at why they're so ferocious and marauding like this. It's in their nature, but why is it in their nature?
Whoa! I'm all about edge and stuff, but is it in orcs' nature to be?
Well, see how they have the
Colby
skull is
reaches out
different.
for knowledge.
Here's some calipers.
Could we be like introducing ourselves?
Are you? What's your race again? Half elf?
He's half elf. Yeah, you should be one to talk.
What?
Half breed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I kind of turn around and look at him and give him a gleam.
Now hold
Both
on.
of you fuckers.
Hold on.
I'm not even near
Actually,
it.
do you know what? I'll give you
Do we know
credit.
the way back
Add it
to
up,
town?
you're an elf.
Oh.
You can make a knowledge, local knowledge, geography, or survival check.
Equal acceptance of all.
all right.
No reason to get upset.
Very-
We're all captured together.
For 30
Lots of
seconds or
flyers.
so, I stare off into the distance using my trance-like ability.
Okay.
And I use you said either one?
Yeah,
I guess geography, just so I can know the area. And I get a 35.
you know the way back.
I start going
35.
in mid-conversation with everybody.
So you know that you've diverted northwest of the main road, and if you were to head like southward,
Mhm.
you would end up connecting with the main road just by following this path, and then you could follow that road east and make it back to Port Nova.
All
All right.
I just start walking that way.
Everybody follow the backup rations.
I finish up.
I choose to ignore that.
Do you know? Do hobgoblins know goblin?
Yeah.
Ah,
Do you speak Goblin?
I speak goblin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then we can talk to each other.
We can talk to each other without anybody else understanding us.
There's a
Man,
romance brewing.
fuck those half elves, am I right? Yeah.
Just the word elf is normal.
Yeah.
Elf.
Half elf. Half elf.
It's like elegant. Elf.
You know that Victus is an elf. Your character can see Victus is an elf.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not full elves.
I'm just finding common ground with hatred.
Okay.
I'm going to finish up my procedure. clean up, and I'm going to use my handle animals to wrangle up some of the animals that were pulling the carts.
Yeah.
And reattach them.
Bro,
to the
you know
cart
what? I'm going
pull
to
people.
actually go up to the townspeople and be like, hey.
I think those are our other players that aren't here because he mentioned the snake, which is somebody else's familiar.
That's a good point. All right. Well, I approach the
And
random
then-
pedestrians.
They're not? Oh, never mind then.
I approach the random pedestrians.
I just thought the imagery of a snake pulling a cart would be really. And I also forgot who the snake belonged to. But now I remember.
The Medusa.
Yeah.
I say to them, collect your belongings. We're returning to Porto Nova.
We're not from Bordenova.
Well, we're going to Porto Nova.
Okay.
We're so
I mean, you don't need to go to Porto Nova. I'm not forcing you to do this.
Oh.
But like,
maybe you could drop us off.
Sure. Where are you from?
The halfway house.
Yeah, we're from the halfway town.
Halftown?
No,
Halfton?
Halfton. That's a good name. Yeah.
Just follow the naming scheme of Southeast Mass. It's Thington.
Yep. You're familiar with Halfton. You've got knowledge a little bit.
It's become a thing.
So instantly. This is great. I love this game.
Halfton is on the way.
Westward of Porto Nova, about 75 miles, is Halfton, which is a small village that largely relies on the port for most of its goods. And it's a common trade line between these two.
That's likely to be our first stop along the riverside. So we'll make sure to drop you off. Do you have any family?
It does. Yeah, that's a good point.
This
The
is
river that
at least
runs
6
from the
feet.
mountains. You guys are not along right now, but that river runs along.
I am the harsh
main
sword
road.
of law against the evil and the soft plushie of good.
Apparently,
For
half
the-
elves are evil.
Squaw.
Squad.
The orcs are definitely evil. Not inherently, but these were.
Yeah.
Squad.
Man, those inherently evil creatures sure are bad, aren't they? I'm gonna mount up on my yak and start heading towards town.
Excuse me, sir. I cast Detect Evil on you.
Can you do that?
No.
Thanks. I cast Detect Good on you.
I'm lawful neutral.
I shine like a glowing beacon.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he just does that.
No, because he's...
I'm actually good.
Very
I'm,
good.
Aura of good.
I'm a fighter.
An aura of good.
Can't do that.
None of them are worthy to be king.
Oh, I'm going to.
Day one, you're like, no.
I'm going to go into the woods,
Have not found.
grab a stick, and begin whittling.
What?
To make a wooden shiv.
Sure.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you have all your equipment.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You're just going to make a wooden chip?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Wait,
Isn't that a steak?
what can I whittle that I can throw?
Steaks.
I can make more steaks.
That's,
Make
that's
me
why they
steaks,
cost
I guess
zero.
I can make you steaks.
I'm a fabulous thrower.
The
Or I'm going
steaks
to be
have
by the
never
end of
been
this.
so high.
Alright, how many. I'm gonna roll.
And
this
you are
dice.
already there.
Can I determine how good the steaks are and then how many I make?
Yeah, there's sirloin.
Yeah, that's a craft skill.
Yeah, I have craft weapon.
Okay.
Isn't it the price in silver is the check you need to make? Or some... Or
These are like.
No, it's the quality. What you're
Something
doing.
like
So,
that.
like, if it was a masterwork, you have to roll near like a 20 almost.
Oh, I'm gonna make a masterwork wooden steak.
So if you fail, though, you're not getting.
While we're
Good
walking
point.
back,
You can just sort of make, because it's zero.
Yeah, it's zero. You just grab a stick, shave off one
So
end.
you can
got
just
a
make
stick.
it, but then to make it masterwork, it's added.
It's masterworks are always 100 and what was it? Was it 300?
It's 300.
So it's 300 gold to make it a masterwork, and that's also the amount. And then you convert it to silver, so it'd be 3,000 silver, and then you have to make the check against 3,000 silver. And usually masterwork takes about a week. That's all I know.
I think you got that a little bit wrong because masterwork is you need the masterwork component of the weapon.
Oh, yeah, you also
which-
you need to make the weapon and then make it into a masterwork.
No, you make them. You need to have as you make the weapon, you make it masterwork.
Yeah, well, you need to make the weapon first.
No, you
Yeah, no, you do. I read.
I don't.
You make the weapon first, and then you do the masterwork one in the same sessions.
The weapon isn't done as you're making it masterwork. You can't stop halfway and be like,
Yeah.
this is my
You have to say I'm
my
making
non-masterwork
masterwork, but the roles are original weapon, then the roll for masterwork. They're two separate rolls.
Because I know that you can't take a normal weapon and then make it happen.
Yeah, you have to begin with the idea that it's going to be masterwork, but you have to make the first weapon, the original weapon.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
I understand what you mean.
All right, I'm making
there's a
this
spell.
masterwork.
What is masterwork?
You don't have a masterwork component to make it masterwork.
What's
What
the
is a
benefit to
masterwork
making a
component?
masterwork?
Nebulous.
Plus
It's
one to attack rolls.
it's
All right.
You need really nice wood.
yeah, that's what it would be for this.
I'm gonna just find some okay quality wood and make a couple sticks.
While we're walking back, can I look for some really perfectly balanced pebbles for my sling?
13.
To just
Yeah, you can filter through those rocks.
because I'm going to have like endless supply of these things.
So
to
you're
throw
just
people.
you're hunting along, just pecking out rocks.
It's the raven and me coming out. And now
She's not even picking it up with her hands. She's like,
As she's doing this, you hear, you give me smooth, give me silky.
what are you talking about? Her ferret's like coming back with like little sticks.
All right, I got a 15 and a
Weasel.
23.
Weasel.
So 15 to craft a number, 23 for their quality.
Yeah, you create
So I'm going to say I pick up
4
20.
stakes.
Wait, can I talk to your ferret? Your weasel?
Here's your wood stakes.
Fabius, how many do I get?
4.
Add that to my steak collection. 9 5.
She just opens up her coat and it's just covered in sticks. Are you fucking vampires?
Do you want to know how many weapons I have?
I don't want to know.
Because I'm planning on throwing them away.
From a
It
sheer
goes
number
off
of
the
weapons.
page.
From a sheer number of weapons, she's the edgiest.
I do.
But she throws them. Oh, that's even edgier. I don't even need my weapons.
Specific thing.
This is my
She's
tier
weird.
list.
Yeah.
Throws the guns away when she's
You
done.
don't have a language per se. It's just you can either speak to them or you can't.
Oh, my
Just
stuff
wait till
is
I
right.
get spiked her.
Unless it's a smart animal, which might speak Terran. That's yeah.
Okay, you guys are making it down the river, and as you go, the river, like, so you head southward and you sort of get to the river and the main road, and you can see the river is like shimmering, and the river has sort of a distinctive shimmer which comes from the mana moats that well up from the ground, and
So it's like carbonated. It's like soda.
it kind of, yeah.
Champagne River. That's what we're gonna call it, the Champagne River.
If you'd like to,
We don't have a name for it.
The champagne.
the Champagne.
The champ agate.
And just sort of as you guys are coming into view of Halfton, you hear a lot of commotion and an explosion that is both green and purple, sort of emanates off in the distance. And this is something that all of you have experienced at least once. It is a mana explosion. And these things have a habit of causing a lot of havoc and summoning creatures up to the surface. And they're usually incredibly disastrous. And that is where this session will end, with Halfton coming into view and an arc of purple and green mana exploding
You
in
said
Halfton.
creatures come out during this time?
You have not seen creatures, but you know that in these events, creatures often do show up.
Like just out of the ground?
Yeah.
They run out?
Yeah. Well, sometimes they're summoned out. Sometimes they're pulled in from other planes. It's a torrent of power that you don't know how to explain.
Sometimes they like inflate mice into manticores.
So what is it? It's just like a rift into like a different realm, or
It could be a rift into a different realm.
okay,
You don't know. You don't know what's causing these things. You just know that they're related to Portanova.
or do I?
Oh,
He knows a lot.
Could I do knowledge arcana?
You can make a knowledge arcana.
Oh, never mind.
Can I do
It's
a?
dungeoneering, not arcana.
Would I be able to see anything if I was doing a super advanced Arcana roll?
Sure.
Or is it that mysterious?
No,
that
no.
it's-
You can make a check.
All right,
All right.
final roll of this session.
I do
Here
the
we
same
go.
thing where I look at it really good with my special eye. And 4 plus 9, 29.
You understand that these mana torrents come from underground, and it is the nature of the lurch that causes them. The fracture that is the what's it called? The fault that runs is opening up a rift of mana that seeps into the Champagne River as well as into Portanova, and also disrupts into the mountains. And you know that this fault is inherent to the planet, but that because the magic is so powerful, it can open up rifts and portals into other realms. So it's so much concentrated energy that it's almost as though it were casting spells.
Like a mana geyser.
Yes.
It's good to be home.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our game for this week.
Cool.